and you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to the internationally known Boss Up Show. Part of the Free Agent Lifestyle podcast here on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish.
New world order.
The King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, the Notorious one.
New world order.
AKA Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA and EWF. That is every woman's fantasy in the whole fucking show. I'm the CEO Niggero of Fixes Binds LLC, the unbinder, the undebatable, the undisputed best entertainment here on YouTube. You can call me Senor Gregorio Graybeard. The ladies love to call me Mr. Third Leg Greg. Also the man with one trabajo. That is the ecclesiastical Mitch Slapper. You're looking at the anointed one.
Acknowledge me.
The founding father of the After Pill. The junior college sociologist. The Morpheus of the Matey Matrix. The chocolated Confucius. The Black Moses. The deliverer. The Lord of the Lings. Also the man that walks in the spirit of Elijah. I'm the man with more nicknames than anyone in the game. But in case you forget those names, just call me CGA. That is C God Allah, and I be the 14th time and previously banned from YouTube, demonetized champion of YouTube. Primo is here. El Jefe is here. Don Gregorio is back in the building. And we have Hentai CGA back in the building. Hentai.
What kind of fuck you give me?
CGA is in the building, all right? Mr. Nasty Man himself, James Bind extraordinaire, all right? We got a great show for you lined up today. The nicknames will continue. Great show for you lined up today. We're going to do a provocative topic. We're going to talk about rapper GloRilla. Her sister has reached Al Gore's internet, accusing her of not helping her 9 siblings and her parents after she got rich. All right. Look, I love this.
Money.
I love this topic here because it's a topic that we're kind of venturing into regular topics here. All right. We're just going to mix them in. Not necessarily man versus woman, woman versus man, but life topics, learning the psychology and the sociology of the human being. As you guys know, I'm the junior college sociologist, but I'm also the sociologist of people. And we're not just going to talk about man versus woman, woman versus man, although there is a little bit of that in here. But the sister, a woman, is calling out the sister, GloRilla, for not helping her mother and her father. So this is a provocative life topic that we need to discuss. And this will be some good information for you, just in case you're a person that is looking to get a stable income. All right, you're looking to do what? You're looking to do what? Make more money. But of course, when you make more money, we talked about this yesterday, you become a utility. People look at you as money. Now, you don't even have to dress like you're fancy dressing. People know they got money. I was talking to Aline yesterday, and we were talking about people smell money. People smell when you have access. People smell when you have things. So a lot of people think they can hide their wealth. All right, and you can. All right, you don't have to wear a Louis Vuitton shirt, custom made to fit, showing off the guns. You don't have to wear a Louis Vuitton, Versace. All right, my bad. You don't have to wear a Versace silk shirt and slippery shoes. All right, Christian Louboutin shoes. You don't have to wear that for people to understand that you have stable income. Just the way you live, the places you go, the things that you do, the people you see. All right. You don't have to show off your wealth for people to understand that you have stability. You have stable income. Okay. So in that situation, a lot of people think I'm gonna just dress broke. Okay. That doesn't just work. All right. Now it does work against loser niggas. All right. It does work against loser niggas. You know, a lot of yous, all right, they dress in really raggedy black and gray suits. All right. And they look raggedy, ill-fitting, not custom made, no tailoring. All right. A lot of yous, you know what I'm talking about. I can't say it, but Kanye can say it. Okay.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
But a lot of people think if you're flashy, people will target you. And it's somewhat true. But just being able to dress poor is not going to prevent you. Why? Because you have people close to you that will be seeing how you live. Family members. All right. Proximity, likeness, and relationships. All right. These people will know that you got a little bit of coin, and they're going to think that you can help them. All right. They're going to think that you can help them. And some people might think that they're supposed to help their family and friends and the day ones. Well, we're going to talk about that. And I have a poll up right now in my live chat, which asks the question. And the question is simple. Okay. The question is simple. Do not try to make it complex. Do not throw any exceptions to the rule. Don't throw your, well, if this happens, then that. If that happens, then this. The question is straightforward. The question is, do you owe your parents? Okay. Not should you, not traditionally, not this culture does that. The question is, do you owe your parents after you obtain wealth or have a stable income, source of income? Not should you, not culturally, not this culture does that. What we used to do in the past, traditionally, we used to live on a commune. The question is straightforward, and I want a straightforward answer from you. The question is, do you owe your parents after you obtain wealth or get stable income? Not what you could do or should do. It's straightforward. Do you owe your parents after you obtain wealth or get a stable income? Okay, we're going to talk about that later. Right now, for the people watching on the replay, it is 70%, and I'm rounding up. 70% saying no, you don't owe your parents. 30% saying yes. All right, right now. So no's got a runaway lead right now. It's looking like Donald Trump's election via Joe Biden. The second time, not Joe Biden, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. All right, but that's neither here nor there. It's looking like a runaway. Do you owe your parents after you obtain wealth or stable income? Make your choice now. It won't be up there very long. We got 345 votes in, and there's 600 and some odd people watching live. Do me a favor, hit the like button. And if you want to contribute to today's show, $, the Notorious CGA is on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat
New world order.
on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. This story, this live stream, this channel is about to take a step up and away from what we normally do. We're just going to discuss topics. Not necessarily, but you know there's going to be gems and information that you can pick up along the way. All right, but we're going to discuss topics going on in the world, not just man versus woman, the agenda-driven war, the gender war. The gender war is already won by the male winners, and it's lost by the male losers. The war is already lost by the feminists, all right, and women straddling the fence of feminism. They lost, okay? They clearly lost. They think they're winning, but they're losing. They're choosing to do bad all by themselves. All right, so that's a L. The gender war has been won by the males who have chose to become the winners. All right, they have leverage and options and access. And that doesn't mean rich men. That means men that have the proper mindset to treat relationships and women the way they ask to be treated, which is going to be equal and independent. Those men are going to win. The loser niggas are going to be the sucker for love ass niggas. And the 50-50 niggas, y'all going to lose. All right, but anyway, let's get to the earlier contributors to today's show. We got a great show for you lined up today. All right, Mylene wanted to come in and drop off my drink early. All right, she was like, "I don't want to be on camera this time." She didn't mind, but she was like making sure she wasn't on camera this time on her knees. All right, anyway, all right, she was like that, but she does salute me on her knees in the morning. I do appreciate that. All right, she's like, Japanese women are special. All right, now that doesn't mean they won't stab you in the back. All right. But definitely in the morning, she presents me with a nice bow in the morning. All right. I think she forgot this morning, but I'm going to have to remind her that she done forgot. Anyway, shout out to our brother John Drizzle Doe says, I saw a video of a Christian YouTuber calling out content creators in that space who badmouth RP content. He pointed out how a lot of Christians have no problem shaming the men, but the women's sins are either ignored or encouraged. He even clipped one of your videos. All right, what did he clip? All right, that's kind of like when the Diddy people clipped my video. They was like, they clipped your video. I was like, what did they say? Help. All right, y'all had me. I was in Bali with no internet. I was like, what the fuck to do? All right, I had no Netflix. I had to look at it on my phone. I was like, what part of the what did they say? Okay. But a Christian YouTuber calling out content creators in that space who badmouth RP content. All right. So he clipped my video of me calling somebody a bitch ass nigga, probably. Okay.
Look at this bitch ass nigga.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What did he say? You might have to fill me in. All right. But he probably was telling me I was probably calling niggas bitch ass niggas. All right. But that was true. But I call out everybody. It ain't like I don't call out everybody. Everybody gets called out. No government name. Why do men get bothered by women liking them as a utility, but not as a person? He says males who care about a woman liking or loving them are predators who just want to use and manipulate women without giving them anything. CGA, quoted by CGA. I think men want to be loved. I want somebody to love me for me. He said he showed a video of me with no audio. He highlighted you were one of the logic men in the space. Shout out to him then. All right. And his sins have been all washed away and he's been redeemed. All right. Because I was going to go in on him. But shout out to you, John Doe. He said he was just showing a clip of me calling out. Okay. Shout out to him. All right. The logic men in this space. Logical men. All right. I'm using intelligence. I'm not an emotional guy and I don't depend on hope or cope or dope. All right. I'm just using my brain here. All right. I'm using my eyes and they're connected to my brain. Shout out to you, man. But dudes want to be loved. All right. I want to be liked for me. Men are the new women. But I want some woman to like me for me. Man, I don't care what these women like me for. I don't give a fuck. People have been saying that for a long time, bro. Like, if you want to be loved, get a pet. For real. Like, Nova loves me no matter how I treat Nova. And when women see how I treat Nova, they be like, damn, you treat Nova like, don't you want to have fun with Nova? I'll be like, no, I want her to listen. I want her to listen when I want to say listen. Because some women like dogs as a plaything, as a means of security, as to replace female nurturing. They should be raising children, but they can't because they want to raise pets and be whores. All right. And they just treat the dog like they let the dog do whatever you want. You ever see a woman's dog? It's all over the furniture, is shitting everywhere, throwing up, and they're just like, and I'll be like, nah, Nova can't run around my house like that. Because what'll happen is I'll be upstairs and Nova will be going crazy on them. As soon as I walk down the stairs, Nova will be like, and they're like, she gets really serious when you show up, as she should. This is not a motherfucking romper room for a dog. This house is not a romper room. That's what outside is for. Okay. This ain't playtime, nigga. This is listen time. This is sit time. So they're weirded out by that. And I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do. Because they end up be saying, you'll be treating me like I'm Nova. And I'd be like, you damn right. You damn right. The lean here is like, you treat me like I'm Nova. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. Like, because I want you to listen. This ain't romper room. This ain't playtime. See, y'all be with women and y'all think it's playtime all the time. And then she just be playing with you and you just be playing with her. Now, when you want her to get serious, bitch don't want to get serious. She think it's a joke. I'm like, no, we're serious most of the time. And then I can play with you when I want to play. Okay, it's playtime. Take off your clothes. All right, put this in your mouth. Put your handcuffs on. Here's the whip. Now we're about to have fun. But I'm not no motherfucking court jester. I'm not a jester, Max. All right, I'm not here to entertain you, motherfucker, 24/7. I'm not here for your pure amusement. I'm here for you to listen. It's discipline time. You know what I mean? Crack that whip. Bitch, it's discipline time. When you with me, we're doing shit. We're on time. We're going here. Bitches be worn out. They be sleeping in the car. Like this nigga, discipline schedule. Okay. Now, then when it's playtime, when I put on the music, hit the music. It's just time to play. It's time for daddy to have fun. You're going to have fun too. All right. But I'm going to have more funner. All right. So, bitch, you better find some fun in this. I don't understand how y'all be doing relationships. So when he's saying right here, men are bothered by women liking them as a utility and not as a person, she ain't supposed to like me as a person. Like, she's supposed to listen. Bitch, listen. All right. I'm telling you, man, look, I used to teach my kids this, and people be like, well, your kids don't like you. And it's like, they're not supposed to like me. They're supposed to listen. They're supposed to be good, productive citizens in the world. That's what I like about having kids. All right. Now, here's what I used to tell my kids. When I used to tell them, you know, I used to train them how to take walks. This is how I train you to take walks. So we would take a walk, and it was a learning experience. And what I would teach them is I will let them get so far ahead, and then I would tell them, hey, let me catch up to you. Stop. Now, if they didn't listen to me tell them stop, okay, then they lost. And then I would say, well, y'all got a D today because y'all didn't listen immediately. And the reason I was telling them to stop, or I'll tell them to stop at the corner and wait for me, don't cross the street until I'm with them. So even when they're ahead of me, they can't just cross the street unless I catch up to them to that corner. So I was teaching them these things, right? So I'm teaching them this. And then at the end of the walk, I would give them a grade. You got a C, you got a B, you got an A, you got a D. Where did I fail? This is where you failed. And one of the things that I was teaching my kids is when I give an instruction, when we're out in the open, you must listen immediately. And this is something that you train your women as well. Because when you get into a social element or you're outside, you have a lot of things distracting you. Okay, cars, people, conversations, whatever it is. And people get lost in the sauce. Sometimes they get lost in the emotions of interaction. And, you know, what happens is when you start trying to bring people back and reel them in, they get lost. Dogs do this. Men do this. Women do this. Everybody does this. Similarly, if you take your girl to a party, nightclub, or something like that, and you start to say, hey, honey, it's time to go. What does she do? Oh, man, it ain't time to leave yet. Let's just stay 20 more minutes. Well, that's a disrespect. That's a sign of disrespect because she knows and she's aware that she's in public amongst a group of people, that she doesn't have to listen to you because you can't pull rank immediately. Kids do this as well. They start acting a monkey. And then when you're with people, then you tell them, hey, I need you to calm down. They like, what you going to do? Beat my ass right here? They know you can't do shit in front of people. They know you can't act up. So they're going to act up. They're going to push the limits. They're going to test the leash. So you have to show and demonstrate this in the absence of people, or at least put them in situations to test this, right? Dogs do this as well. Dogs get in the hype of playing with other dogs, or they get the barking, and you're giving them commands because they're in the element socially, you know, and you're outside. You can't take the newspaper and whack, all right? You can't whack them over the head like you might do in the house. All right. And they know that. So they commence to acting up. They can't get the emotions going from all the stimulation of outside. So this is why you're teaching them. You teach your kids this. You teach your women this. Hey, listen, when I say it's time to go from the social element, do not tell me in front of people, oh, you're a party pooper. You know how women try to front you out in front of people. You know what I'm talking about, especially your family members. All right. They try to front you out. Oh, you just always a party pooper. You just want us to leave when you want us to leave. You treat me like a dog. They'll tell that to you right in front of everybody and front you out. And you be looking at their ass like Ike Turner. You like, oh, really, bitch? We doing this? All right, I'm going to whoop your ass in front of everybody else. No, I'm just joking. So they know you're not going to do this. They know the simping forces are going to whump your ass as soon as you yell at her. Even if you just look at her crazy, simping forces is going to be like, damn, you really be having them letting you treat you like that, right? So she knows this inherently. So my kids, when I would tell them, when I give you an instruction, react immediately, because, and this is where the protector comes in. When women say, I want a protector, they don't want a protector. They want a goddamn doormat. Because a protector is doing the protector role When I give an immediate instruction, it could be for your best interest. Uh-oh. Listen, ladies. Listen, you bitch ass niggas. See, this is where the protector role comes in. It is not always going to be used against you. Because when I say give an instruction, give a command, everybody's like, oh, this is some power shit. It could be to save your motherfucking life. So when I'm teaching my kids to stop and I say stop and I want them to stop on command, it could be because there's a car jumping the curb, or they don't see something because they're caught up in an emotion of being outside and all the stimulus. So they're not paying attention. They could lack social awareness because they're not the protector. They're under the guidance of you. So they're assuming that you're always going to be there to protect them. So as a result of you not reacting to my command and instruction immediately, you're going to get hit by a car. You should have stopped when I said stop. But because you're not used to listening and I haven't laid down the law of you listening to me and responding immediately, you got hit by the car. You see? Women lack social awareness. They want you to be the protector until you're the protector. So, you know what? Why are you talking to that guy off into the corner? He's no good for you. You're with me. I brought you to the dance. Why are you doing that? Now she ends up getting roofied and raped. Or she ends up getting fucked and chucked. All right. I told you to watch out for him. I told you to stop talking to that nigga. But nope, I can talk to whoever I want. Okay, now there you go. Okay. So enjoy that roofie and enjoy that rape. All right. I hope you like it. Enjoy that nut that he about to bust on you and dip. Don't come back to me. No take backsies. Okay. I always tell my girls, no take backsies. So, baby, you can go fuck whoever you want to fuck. Now, when you get fucked and chucked, you can't come back to me. No take backsies. Okay. And women don't understand that until it happens. And then they're like, oh, is that what no take backsies mean? Yeah, no take backsies. All right. Just like on 5th grade, elementary school. Bitch, hey, explore if you want, but do not come back to me. Okay. All right. Have your little male best friend and your gay best friend and whoever the fuck you want to do, but no take backsies to me, man, bro. All right, go do what you want to do, but it's going to be a new bitch in your place. All right, 100%. And I'm going to be able to go get that dick if you want. Go get that dick raw special if you want. Go get that hookup. But when he don't take care of you like I was, no take backsies. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm already giving y'all so many gems and instructions for life for you to use and grow as a man that y'all got to hit the like button. Come on, you bitch ass niggas. So much information in the first 25 minutes of this stream. Okay. Okay. So much information in this stream. We could just end the stream right now with the notes that I've just given you on life, pet raising, children raising, and raising broads. Okay. And getting these independent broads to realize that they ain't independent. All right. Anyway, enough about that. I'm of the opinion that men use me more than women. Just looking at these fucking likes and looking at the coffer right now, I get used more by men than I get used by women. And that's the truth, Ruth. Shout out to our brother here. Don't JUCO trick and training, 26-year-old, seeing what girls I've dreamt of for years ago would do for a few $100s at the JUCO basically ruined dating for me. Can't justify going through the nonsense with an average girl when there are 7 to 10s waiting to do whatever I want. Coach has the answer, but the truth hurts. This is a truth. And if you a square, if you're a regular nigga, if you just ain't that guy, the JUCO is your alternative. Women are doing a whole bunch of shit for an extra 152, 253, 350. And then when you go over and beyond, it's crazy. And guys will sit up here talking about, well, there's another guy getting it for free. So anyway, all right. Anyway, as I said, as long as I ain't paying for it, I don't give a fuck. They can do whatever the hell they want. No government aim is someone's become successful without their parents' help. They aren't entitled to the benefits from the success at all. A lot of Gen Zers think this way, and I don't blame them. What say you, Father Abraham, CGA? The legacy ninjas are kicked and heated. Hashtag the shield. Well, I'm going to give you my information of what I believe. First on the situation in GloRilla when we get to the main event. Then I'm going to give you my opinion on what you should do, what you could do in the way you come up and support your family member. All right. Your family members, do they get supported? Do they need support? All right. He says, I don't got game. Nigga, you sitting up here watching the best game on YouTube. I don't know how y'all can say that. But game is for broke niggas. And if you looking at me, I certainly am. Nigga, my outfit costs more than your entire wardrobe right now. I'm rich, bitch. I don't need game. All right, game is for broke niggas, right? Hey, tally up my outfit. I'm rich, bitch. Tally up my outfit. I guarantee you cannot pull out your wardrobe right now. And it costs what I cost. Your entire wardrobe can't amount to what I got on this screen. And I don't even have pants on. I don't even have pants on right now. All right. So just to let you know, it is what it is. Game is for broke niggas. I don't need game. But anyway, when I step outside, my outfit worth more than your wardrobe. When I go out, and y'all been seeing me on my Instagram story with my Vegas nights highlights, my outfit be costing more than your entire wardrobe. It's the truth. All right. But anyway. Anyway, this shirt costs more than your entire goddamn t-shirt collection. Certainly all of your goddamn Jordans. All right. It costs more than your Jordans, these shirts. All right. These goddamn Christian Louboutins right now, the slippery shoes I got cost more than your goddamn video game collection right now. But it's okay. I did Eagle Eyes. I read it. You missed it. You were doing something else. What were you doing when I was reading your super chat? All right, but anyway, enough about that. I just be trying to slap these bitch ass niggas because they take me for granted. You know what I mean? Y'all literally be taking me for granted. I don't know why y'all do me that. Y'all act like y'all here on my level, nigga. Hey, look, here's some more game for y'all. Black men are not on the same level. Just to let you guys know, we're not on the same fucking level. Maybe I didn't read it, Eagle Eyes. I'll read it. Black men are coochie communists. Not only they're communists, they're Marxists. Now, back when you hear niggas say we was kings, nigga, you were slaves. All right. Most of you niggas came from slaves, captured slaves. All right. You lost wars in the middle of West Africa. We're descendants of prisoners who lost wars. Now, because you went through the struggle of 450 years of white oppression and slavery, we all had to wait for the lowest common denominator to all break us up off the plantation. We had to have a white man help us out. So at the end of the day, niggas have developed a sense of communism, meaning that we're all in the struggle together. No, we're not. Just because you see me doesn't mean we on the same level. Just because you could be bigger, taller, and all that shit, bro. I'm gonna just let you know. I'm a better nigga. I'm built more better than you. I look better than you. I got more aura and riz and mouthpiece and game than you, nigga. My bank account bigger than you. And at the end of the day, we ain't all the same, nigga. I'm just bigger, better, stronger, faster. And you, on the other hand, you ain't me. Now, this hurts the black man. This hurts the black man's ego. They kill niggas for saying this. Niggas have lost their lives for saying this. Young Dolph. Pop Smoke. Take off. Down the line. Biggie, Tupac, so forth and so on. Niggas that tried to become better than the next nigga have been taken out by a nigga less than them. Tell me I ain't lying. Nipsey. Because the belief system is no nigga is better than the next nigga. But that's a false belief. We are better than you. We're smarter than you. We're bigger, stronger, faster, better. We're all of that. And I ain't ashamed to say it. Until you catch up, it is what it is, nigga. Yep. XXX extension. XXX extension went to go look at motorcycles with a pocket full of stones, and nigga got his life snuffed right from him within mere moments. So the nigga mindset, because I'm not a nigga, y'all niggas. The nigga mindset has a belief system that because you can see me every day and talk to me and text me and you can reach me, that you're on my level. But not the way these goddamn Louboutins are holding me down. Not the way these Louboutins are holding me down. You can't get it. You can't be me. It is what it is. But the real problem is
niggerism. That's the real problem.
Shout out, yeah, PNB Rock. It's crazy. Shout out to Eagle Eyes. CGA, men are down bad. Firefighter in Florida getting prison time for touching an unconscious patient in the back of an ambulance. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
Goodness gracious. All right. Firefighter gets prison time for touching an guys, $150 could get you in touch with some pussy. I mean, it don't take that much. It could be lower than that, but I don't do that. You could go to the Asian jerk shack. They got girls that they done traffic. Now, I'm not telling you to do it. I say you could do it. It could get you in touch with some pussy. Like, it's not that hard, bro. It's not that hard. They're there, bro. I mean, it's there. Just act like you're going to get a foot massage and then you can get in touch. It's not that. It's not that difficult. I hate down badass niggas who do shit like this. Like, it's not that hard, bro. But I don't know what it is. Men don't want to pay. They will rather go to prison and pay in 20 years than to go down to the Asian jerk shack. Like, this bitch is coming to your town doing tours on Craigslist and Lee Squall. Like, nigga, just what is going on, man? Like, what's going on with these niggas, man? Men are bad down bad. Is it a black firefighter? It probably wasn't, because there are no black firefighters. So it had to be a white guy. It had to be a white guy. Unbelievable. Well, that's tricking, man. Do you want to trick in prison? You're going to be the whore in prison. All right, just $150. You could definitely get touched up for $150. At least she'll touch on you. Unbelievable. These people are down bad, man. Anyway, enough about that. What a great show for you so far. But let's get into it. Doom and Gloom CGA for a brief one. Doom and Gloom CGA. Okay, all right. We pissing everybody off early in the stream. Brought to you by the
New world order.
gentlemen. Reporting live this morning. Here's some new information for you for the niggas that want to get stable jobs. Remember, there was a nigga who was like, I'm just going to get a stable job and I'll make more money on you in the end, coach. Well, take a look at this, all right? As they say on my show right here.
Hey, look at this.
Layoffs in January were the highest to start a year since 2009, Challenger says. And I don't know if you know what happened in 2009. All right, that is when the housing bubble burst. Okay, that is the year after the housing market bubble went kaboom. All right, so that started off the year January. U.S. employers announced 108,000 plus layoffs for the month, up 118% from the same period a year ago and 205% from December of 2025. The total marked the highest for any January since 2009. At the same time, companies announced just 5,306 new hires, also the lowest since January 2009, which is when Challenger, Gray, and Christmas began tracking such data. Now, if there were only on record companies hiring 5,000 jobs, okay, that means that any job that you've applied for has essentially been a ghost job. Okay, you've been thinking, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to leave this job and get this job. You've been applying for ghost jobs, all right? Because I know a lot of people are in the job market hunt. There ain't no jobs out here. It says layoff plans hit their highest January total since the global financial crisis, while hiring intentions reached the lowest since the same period. And it says U.S. employers announced these layoffs, and I've already given you the numbers. while the economy was in the final months of its steepest depression downturn since the Great Depression. All right. So, that was during January 2009. And anybody that was around through that time, you remember that. All right. That was not a good time. With the recent narrative centering on a no hire, no fire labor market, the Challenger data suggests that the layoff part of the equation could be stepping up. Generally, we see a high number of job cuts in the first quarter, but this is the highest total for January. This is according to Andy Challenger. Andy Challenger. All right. He's the CEO or the CRO nigger of this particular firm. It means most of these plans were set at the end of 2025, signaling employers are less than optimistic about the outlook for 2026. What did I tell you guys, man? Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. I'm going to have to get that sound effect. Listen, Linda. Somebody put that on local so I can do it. All right. Listen, Linda. Hey, Linda. Haven't I told you it's going to be to the year 2032? Buckle your motherfucking seatbelt. I mean, this is going to be a wild ride. I've been trying to tell you there is no soft landing. At least to the year 2032, the fuckery is going to begin. When did I say that? The year 2021. I told you in 2021. We're literally 5 years in from me telling you we're up Shit's Creek. Not only that, in 2019, I said we're up Shit's Creek. We're due time for an economic collapse of epic proportion. Okay, I've been saying that since 2019. That was before COVID. And I have the clip for it. November 2019, I said, we're going to be due an economic collapse of epic proportion. That's where we are right now. And I said, hey, this is going to go on because once COVID started and I saw y'all show y'all ass. All right. And I lost all faith in humanity at COVID. Got all faith in humanity. And everybody that's been listening to me, you guys know this. I lost all faith in all human Americans. And it's never getting back. You're never getting it back. You're never getting it back. What you guys did in COVID, you showed how pieces of shit you are. I can't do it. You people will never earn my trust. All right. You guys showed your whole monkey ass during COVID. And I said at that point, based on what I see right now, we're on track to be in the biggest economic collapse of epic proportion all the way till 2032. And that is because the rich will get richer and the poor get poorer. You guys are stagnant. You guys are using the middle lane. I'm going to just stay in the middle. You're not making decisions. And we're seeing the biggest gulf widen between the haves and the have-nots. And it's going to continue because you guys are not making moves. You don't have any sense of urgency. You guys think there's going to be a savior. You guys are trying to fight elected people to get them in, and they're both doing the same bullshit to you. And I said, these people, based on what I see them doing during COVID, they're just sitting motherfucking ducks. You're not catching up. You're not going to catch up. That's when I made the money mindset in 2022. I was like, people really need to know that they need to wake up. Otherwise, if they are making no moves, you're falling behind. If you didn't get a raise in 2026 from last year, you took a pay cut. What did we tell you? Women going to be selling pussy for bottles of water. And we're seeing it. We're seeing highly attractive women do monkey double backflips for less than $500. We're seeing this. We're seeing this, and it's going to further go ahead in the next 6 years. We're not getting out of this. Nobody's saving you. All right. Just to let you know, if you've missed these part of the years in these streams, I've been saying this. This is why I got the nickname Doom and Gloom CGA, by the way, by that one dude that got BBL. All right. One dude got a BBL and a tummy tuck. He says CGA is so doom and gloom, but then later agreed with me when he realized what was going on, even in Japan. Doom and Gloom CGA is here. It's not coming back. Just God's away on business. You do have to be aggressive. You have to make moves. You have to get a good mindset. You got to realize that if you haven't improved, you took a pay cut. If you haven't improved your position, you're falling back. You're not staying in the same place. Woo-wee. All right. And so this is another further proof of what we're doing. We're going through a slow bleed. We're dying slow. Shout out to Tupac. Die slow. This is a slow bleed right here. And even from December 2025, he says, shit, less than optimistic. Let me just show you this right here for the people who call me a nihilist and a non-believer. Employers are less than optimistic about the outlook for 2026. Bro, ring the bell. So that means if you don't make a move today, you're going to be behind at the end of 2026. Meaning there's no one saving you in 2026. Nobody looking for a job, and the majority of people looking for jobs and better their position. Just the simple job market way, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Okay. Just to let you know. So you better figure some shit out. Join the money mindset, patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams. There it is right there on Stream Elements. Just told you it's what time it is. And let me just see if I can read this right here. All right, we're right here. Oh, high profile layoffs, Amazon, UPS, Dow. These were all corporate jobs. These weren't all the working schlubs. Corporate jobs at Amazon, UPS, and Dow. Okay, anyway. Let me stop that. All right, y'all niggas out here playing. All right, yeah, playtimes. Y'all niggas out here really playing out here. All right, so anyway, enough about that. I hope you guys are motivated. Okay, I'm motivated by fear. Okay, fear or failure. Fear or failure will lead to success sometimes. All right, anyway, that's Doom and Gloom CGA. The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the blue chip mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, money 101, money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the money mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open. Crypto is getting its ass kicked right now, by the way, by the dip. Bitcoin specifically, not crypto, Bitcoin specifically, was, I believe, at the beginning of January at $126,000, if I'm not mistaken, just off of rote memory. And today, it's at $66,000. I might buy one Bitcoin today. Okay. I might buy one Bitcoin today. $66,000 for people who never got in. Could be a time to get in. For people who had it at the peak, well, you took a L. Niggas is gonna be jumping out of windows. All right, but that was late last year, wasn't it? It was at its peak, at its highest, but that was late last year. And buying into the dip, yeah, I mean, this is a dip. So niggas has lost some money. I checked out I looked at my pockets, and it's, I lost some money, but it is what it is. We here. It's an opportunity. I look at it as an opportunity, but you guys might not. All right, anyway, do me a favor. Just give me the likes. Don't pass the scroll. Mugga. We got a great show, man. I'm going to do some super chats, and we got Straggle and Sniggle Theater. All right, coming up right now. But appreciate the contributions to this game that we giving you right here. All right. I was at the gym, and social proof is a hell of a thing. So I've been pulling up at this gym. I go to a high-end gym. Okay. In here in Las Vegas, and I've been pulling up for a long time, and I've had certain women that come out of town. They come to the gym with me. I give them a pass to come to the gym. When I come in there with the women, all right, the women and the men treat me completely different. When I come in by myself, you know how niggas treat you. So I pull up, G-Wagon, park it, get out of the car. My ling-ling's with me. This white dude walks by me, and he's like, damn. He was like, you have something about you. You have so much aura. He was like, just the way you are. You're the coolest dude in the room. Of course, my ling-ling standing next to me. And those things, that extra thing that I've been telling you, I have a plan going forward with my social media to include women It's not to shit on women, it's to include them. And I have a theory. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's going to be a part and parcel of my character, my persona, is that when women are around you and highly attractive women or highly desirable women are around you, people treat you completely different. Men and women. All right. Men and women, they see you differently. They approach you differently. It is one of those things that people can't deny. And if you've experienced it, you experienced it. If you haven't, you haven't. All right. But it's undeniable. You cannot deny it. All right. When you just having a marginally attractive woman around you will do you wonders. Especially then when you're also doing it in your, like, you know, you're not like a regular Joe. You're not coming out of a Tesla type shit. But people, your persona goes boom. It goes right out the building. And you're not in your Dockers and khakis, and you're not being henpecked, and you're not on a leash. She's following you. You're giving her orders. She's being submissive and saying polite. It is crazy what happens. It is insane what happens. So that's been happening a lot since I've had these women in and out of town, and I take them around. Dude, even women. Like, I went to this place, I messed up on a reservation, but I had the lean with me, and the hostess, a pretty young hostess who couldn't keep her eyes off of me. She was like, but I'll help you. Come over here. I'll get you into the seat. Got me into the fucking seat. It was like, what? She literally was like, I'll make a seat for you out here in prime location. They were completely booked month ahead, but she got me in. So it's one of those things that you can't deny it. I know people hate it, and I know people don't want to pay into it. They want it naturally. They want the woman to get them naturally. They want they want people to treat them like this naturally, like you deserve it. Unfortunately, it's a cost to you. It is a cost, especially when the woman is not loudmouthed and she's dressed nice. And dudes, when I said that 50-50 dudes want women to cook but don't want to pay for the groceries, it's the same thing. If you want a nice woman to look nice, you got to pay into it. All right. It costs for a woman to look nice. Okay. All right. So dudes don't want to pay that cost. Well, I shouldn't have to pay for that. Okay. I'm just telling you, if you did, you don't have to. You're right. You don't have to. But if you did, the perks that you're going to get are crazy. Okay. They're not going to want to make you wait in line. We went to Bruno Mars Club. The line was wrapped around the corner. I walked up for information, and it was like, oh, we could get you in. It's like, and I cut in front of all those people, and they gave me a nice table. We didn't even stand on the dance floor. They gave me a nice table right in front to look at the band. So it is one of those things that, unfortunately, the red pill men and men, broke niggas and dudes are trying to beat this with game and mouthpiece, and they're trying to beat this. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. And it says a lot. It says a lot. It's not that I just learned this, but of course, when you put yourself in a position, it's one of those things that you cannot see. That's why they say the rich get richer. The rich get richer. When you have good shit, people give you more. They give you entry to shit. So it is unbelievable. But yeah, dudes, people stop me. They wink at my ling ling. All right. No matter where I take her, she's like, oh, white man be winking at me. When I'm standing there or when I'm around them, when I'm walking past, she's like, these men be winking at me and shit. I'll be So it's like one of those things. It's crazy, phenomenal. Women start hovering around me. They start walking up, looking at me. She was like, all these people, she says, all these people are looking at me. All right. She says to me, every time we're walking, she says, everybody's looking at you. So, it's one of those things that I'm teaching you the lesson right here. Yeah. They want to rent her out too. And it's okay, but they want what I got. That's just like when you see the Versace shirt, you want it. You see the Porsche, you want it. But there's a cost to the Versace shirt. You're going to have to pay. You can't just take my Versace shirt. You just can't take my ling ling. You can have her after I'm done with her, but you're going to have to pay. You can't just take my Porsche 911. Once it runs out of gas, you can't use it. You're going to have to pay for it. So dudes, you like when guys they're trying to figure out, well, they want to rent her out too. So what? Rent her. I'll be done with her Saturday. Go for it. Most guys ain't going to be able to do it. So go ahead, wink, ask her to rent, inquire, let me know when. Maybe we can make a deal. That's just like you want my Versace shirt. You got to go pay for it, nigga. You can't just wear it next. You can't just be like, let me get that. You can try to rob me for it. So guys are guys be in their feelings about women. But when you equate women to almost anything that's monetized, it's the same thing. Get out of your feelings, guys. The game is what the game is. It is what it is. Some dudes have to pay, some dudes don't. Most dudes have to, some very few don't. Everybody else gonna have to get into the motherfucking situation. Stop getting mad, nigga. Ain't no emotions in this. Ain't no loyalty in this, bruh. It all boils down to one goddamn thing. They like, look what he got. I want it. And we're like, make a deal. Or I always say, I'll be done on Saturday. Get in where you fit in. Okay, you can have it, or you can pay for it, or whatever you want. I'll be done with her on Saturday. All right, anyway. Kaylin says there could still be one good woman left in America. Drake May's wife. He's been with her since middle school, and she likes to bake treats and support him. It also helps that he could potentially win the Super Bowl too, but things could change quickly. I wish him luck. All right. We also have our brother, Mike Trout, has the same situation as well too. All right. So we hope that it works out for them. And we have our brother Brayon, Officer Brayon. Coach, you were right again. Being an officer at a HBCU is something else. These JUCOs and female professors have the true spirit of Lilith within them, and you're a man in a uniform, so they want to throw you that punani in your uniform. Make sure you don't lose your job, Officer Brayon. You work hard to get to that position. Okay. Shout out to our brother Marcellus Brown. Says CGA is the truth. Boss up is the only way left. Don't date single moms. They're recreational use only. I'm on my grind and bossing up for life.
Boss up, nigga.
Okay, that's one of those things where we look at it. Single moms, and hey, single moms are great. They're great fucks. But I can never be in a real relationship with a single mom. Not even close. All right, that's part of the boss up mentality. That's part of me not accepting less. All right, I recently had a woman, 47. All of her kids were adults. So she got married young, started having babies young. All right, she had a horrible, tragic story too. I mean, she was telling me about her past. Then I realized she'd been married twice, and I was like, what the fuck? All right, wonderful woman, man. But she also was a woman that's outside too much. But she wanted to date me, and she even said, I know you get other women. I'll be cool with that. But she was like 47. She looked great. I mean, you guys have seen her sometimes if you're on locals. She looks great, but I just can't really take her seriously, you know? Just not after 2 divorces and multiple kids. Recreational use only. And even then, for me, it's like, nah, I'll just rent a 20-year-old. Right? I'll just rent it. I'll rather pay than to have to deal with that. All right. Yeah. All right. Nah, I'm good. And she would come over free. It was free. All right. She would take me out. She would she make all the plans. All right. And then most of the time she pay her half or just pay for it outright. Like that was an example of dudes who were like, you can't get it for free. She was a free woman. Free, sex was free. I never had to pay. She would come over and just pop it wide open. She had a nice body, but not for me, bro. No. I can't settle for less. Even though she was a great woman, she's great to me. She never did anything wrong. She never violated me. All right. I still would rather rent a younger woman. To me, it's a step down. To me, it's a step backwards. All right. I don't see that as a great benefit. Now, y'all would bang her too. I'm thinking she's bad. She got a big ass too. White, big, fat ass white girl. I mean, she's like, her ass is incredible. Real too. But I could not take her seriously. I was like, nah. She listens to me too. All right. She listens to me. She watches me too and listens to me and follows me. She probably watching me like, God damn, nigga. I could not take her seriously. No, bro. She had a nice house too. 6-bedroom house, fully renovated. Right? She had her own business. I mean, and I still was like, nah. For me, this is why guys never understand me. They think I've never got it for free. Like, oh, niggas never get it for free. Like, you're not understanding what I'm saying when I say you don't get it for free. When I'm telling you there's a cost to everything. You think that I always had to pay, which is weird. It's kind of weird that y'all can't really read between the lines. It's kind of like when I say I don't cold approach and you see me talking to a woman in public. I thought you didn't cold approach. I'm like, you're not reading between the lines. You're not getting what I'm saying. I've gotten women for free. All right. But when I look back, they weren't free. There was a cost. Like, I don't think you get it. It wasn't as free as you thought. Like those women end up costing you. Most of those women are not women that you really want. There was a woman that you wanted to bang. Okay, she was a good fuck. But would you wife her? Did you want to be seen with her? Did you want to make her better? That's what I'm talking about. So you're getting pussy for free, but is it really desirable pussy? Most of the time, it's not. Is it the woman you wanted? Is that I wanted that woman and you got? No. Most of the time, that woman wanted to be like, okay, I want to be up under you all the time. I want to hang around you all the time. Yeah, she'll throw you some pussy in between that. But then you have to hang out with her and make time for her. You had to give up on all your other hoes. There's always something. There's always something that you are taking a back step for. So if you had to take a back step for it, then it was a cost. That wasn't free. or if you stood in line with 200 other niggas to get the same piece of pussy, okay, which is a guy here said that men that do this, they are winning. And I'm like, not for a woman that had 200 other men in her guts. Like, this the whole thing about the cold approach. I'm like, eventually you're going to cold approach a whore and she's going to say yes. But when you find out she's community pussy, you get mad. Oh, she was easy, or she made it too easy for you and you hit it 2 or 3 times and you dismissed her. That's not a win. It is, but it's not. You got laid, but you see what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you're winning in the dating marketplace. That means you basically took a shit in the community motherfucking toilet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at it both ways. You can't just say that those guys won. Everybody got that. That's not you didn't get a ecclesiastical version to open her legs. Like, you literally got the community motherfucking cum dumpster. You didn't win. Anybody could have got that if they opened their mouths. That's not a win. I don't understand why people call that a win type shit. I get it, but I don't. You have to look at it both ways. There's 2 ways to look at it. You followed up other bum niggas. Like, that's not a win. I've done that already, and I realized that's not a win. You know how many times I got free pussy from a whore? Like a whore that don't know her worth, and she was just a community cum dumpster, and I smashed. And then I looked at the other niggas that smashed, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, I'm literally that nigga. You understand? So it was free to me, but until I saw the other niggas that smashed, I realized that wasn't a win. You see what I mean? I was like, and that has happened to me, man. That has happened to me so many times. I was like, oh man, I must have that aura. I must have that charisma, that riz. And then her baby daddy shows up. And I'm like, that's the nigga you let nut? And he looking like Chief Keef? That ain't a win. That's not a win. That's not free. To me, I don't equate that as free. That's a free shot of penicillin in your dick. That's what that is. That's a community. That's an easy broad. Okay. So let me see here. Let's see if I can pull it up. So dudes will say that's winning and dudes do that. They winning. I'm like, is it though? Is it though? Is it really? All right. You know, I get it, but you got to look at things both ways, and most people don't. And I'm willing to look at it both ways. Shout out to our brother Martin Muhammad says, romper room, what a throwback, coach. Niggies are allergic to math and work, so most will never be on your level, coach. He says they are looking at you, but not the character and spirit of you or the sacrifice that it takes to be me. They will never go through the suffering of the cross to get to their own predestined crown. They'll never do it. Most people will never do it. Most people don't want to take backward steps. Most people don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to risk, but they just want the outcome. We talk about women are outcome oriented. Men are outcome oriented. They want the outcome of someone else's life, but they don't want to go through what it takes to get to that life. And we're going to talk about that even with GloRilla and her fucking funky ass family. People don't want to do it. They just want it. Okay, I see you coming up. I see you winning. So now I want that. Give me that. Right, bro. Shout out to our brother Maurice Martin says, I'm rich, bitch. I don't need no game. We don't need no game. Okay. You don't need game. You need to recognize game.
I'm rich.
Okay. When you get money, you making over 125K. You don't need game. You need to recognize game. That's what you need to, because what you're about to get is game ran on you. Okay. You about to get game ran on you. Not only by women, by men, mostly by men. Like this idea that men are out here getting used by women, most of the time you're going to get used by men. Free information, hook me up niggas trying to sell you shit. Okay, niggas, so many men will line up for business opportunities and to sell you shit. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. I got a hotline. I got a link where people can link me to business opportunities. More people click that link than they click coaching call. I get it. You don't have to. But more men have used me than women. I mean, not sexually, but more men have used me for information, for knowledge, for life advice, for whatever it is. I get used by more men than women. Hey, man, let me talk to you about something. Hey, man, I got a business opportunity I want to talk to you about. I got to sell you some solar panels. I got landscaping to sell you. You want this? You want that? More men use men with money than women use men with money. More men use men with money than women use men with money. Them niggas be cold calling you, trying to sell you anything from up under the sun. You want a suit? You want a cheap suit? You want this? You want that? I got a business idea. Here's my business card. Let's link up. Let's have a meeting. Let's go out for drinks. Let's do. More men use men with money. Like this whole thing about women are gold diggers. Men are gold diggers. Men value men with status more than women value men with status. Men elevate men with status more than women elevate men with status. When men talk about money, looks, and status, that matters more to men than it matters to women. Y'all don't want to have this conversation because y'all red pill bitches. You red pill bitches. Y'all don't want to have this conversation, but I'm going to give you the truth. More men are intimidated by men with money than women are. More men try to attack and murder niggas with money than women do. Y'all don't want to have this conversation, bitch ass red pill men. Y'all want to blame the women for being whores to men with money, but you men are whores to men with money. And it only takes you an opportunity to become successful one in your life to realize this. One time you become successful, one time in your life, you're going to realize this. Them niggas be out here trying to hustle you for free information and get, hey man, tell me how to set this up. Tell me how to do this and just give it to me. Don't you owe it? You owe it back to the community. You need to give back. That's all men stealing from men. That's all men stealing from men. More men use men with money than women use men with money. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. So, ho, you red pill bitch ass niggas, you can kiss my ass with your phony, fake ass, out of date red pill philosophy. You just are broke niggas that don't know how to level up and boss up, and you're scared to win. Period, point blank. You niggas are more gold diggers to men than any goddamn body. Not only that, you finesse and use more men that are successful than women ever had. You niggas think men with that are successful owe men the information and money. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Shout out to Jermaine Smith says, just paying what I owe. Keep teaching these niggies. Niggies. More men want successful men to fail than women want successful men to fail. I can keep going. More men want successful men to fail than women want successful men to fail. Do you want me to keep going and teaching? More men think successful men owe them the information in the game than women think successful men owe them the information in the game. Do you want me to keep going? Let's go. I'm raining threes on these niggas. Ooh-wee. Undeniable. Look at the internet. How many men have made a diss video on Coach Greg Adams? How many men have made a diss video on Coach Greg Adams versus how many women have made a diss video on Coach Greg Adams? I'll wait. And I talk primarily against women, meaning that I'm not trying to talk against them. I'm teaching you against women. How many men have made a diss video versus Coach Greg Adams versus how many women have made a diss video against Coach Greg Adams? How many men have made a diss video on Kevin Samuels versus how many women? How many men have made a diss video against Anton Daniels and Angry Man versus how many women? And these men were primarily trying to help men against women. We don't want to hear this shit. Y'all don't want to hear me, bro. I'm telling you, I've been telling you a long time. The problem is men. Your problem is not with women. You're going to realize at some particular point, your problem was with men. Y'all don't want to hear this shit. Y'all don't want to hear this shit. The problem is bitch ass men. It's always been a problem. Okay.
Look at this bitch ass nigga.
All right. And I talk to help men protect themselves against women. You would think more women would make videos about me. No, more men make videos against me. I've been proving this shit. So when you're on your way up, you have to protect yourself against predatory women, but then you have to watch yourself against bitch ass men. That's what you have to watch yourself against. That's what you have to watch yourself. That's who's going to take you down first. Yeah, a woman could be up under you and doing this and that. She could take you down, but more than likely it's going to be jealous men. Fellas, there's a jealous nigga in my town. Oh, baby. Fellas, there's a jealous nigga in my town. Oh, baby. Look at what happened the minute I tried to hold men accountable by making content to talk specifically about what men ails men. Look at how the men have attacked me. Now, they say I attacked them. Oh, I just told you the truth. I told you the truth about women. I told you the truth about men. Look at how men have attacked me. And look at them leaving. Where y'all going? All right, where y'all going, niggas? Where the niggas going? If I was making content for women, I would be a multi-millionaire. I'll be approaching $100 million. If I was making as much content against men for women, I would be $100 million. But right now, I'm scrambling and scraping for shit. Look at these bitch ass niggas dipping. That's why I say more men have used me more than women. More men have used me. Men have used me more than women ever have. Men have used me more. And then when I start making money, them niggas was like, nah, he shouldn't make money. All right. Then when I started making money, they made a case for me to not have been making money. He shouldn't have been making money. Look how he's using your money. Huh? Huh? Yep, they only show up when I'm talking about women. When I don't talk about women for they red pill raging ass, they don't want to show up to class. Isn't that interesting? You scattering ass nigga. I'm telling you, more men have used me in the last 10 years than women have ever have. I've lost more money to making content to men than any woman has ever gotten from me other than my ex-wife. But so when you see it, you can't unsee it. And it makes you lose faith in not only humanity, it makes you lose faith in the men. They want me to just be up here entertaining their ass for 5 hours. And I did it year in, year out, day in, day out, 2 times a day, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight years. And the minute I buy a Versace shirt, Here these niggas come saying, look at how I'm using your money. He shouldn't be wearing Versace. He's spending it on tricking it on hoes. He going on vacation. Look at this nigga going on vacation. How dare this nigga go on vacation and fuck Asian women and Colombia women? But anyway, that's why I don't speak for men. I only speak for men who want to win. I don't speak for loser niggas. I don't speak for hating ass niggas. I don't speak for bitch ass niggas. I'm not here to protect men's interest in the dating marketplace. I'm here to protect men who want to win's interest in the dating marketplace. The rest of you men could just take a goddamn long walk of a short pier. All right, you can kiss my black ass because I saw you show your ass. So now you got to kiss mine. Pause. All right, now you got to kiss mine. Soon as I show up with women on the stream, now I'm a simp. Okay. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, as I didn't earn it. I didn't earn it, nigga. I didn't sit up here and entertain your ass for hours upon end. Okay. Mar B says, for the entertainment and enlightenment, keep it up, OG. Shout out to Mar B. And Wayne Wonders Peters says, thank you, coach. Appreciate you in this motherfucker. All right, anyway, y'all be back. Them niggas will be back. Okay, we're going to talk about women now. Bitch ass niggas come back.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me. You can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky. Come get high with me. That's a deal, right?
Straggle on Sniggle Theater. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Straggle on Sniggle Theater. Let's give you this piece of information here. We got name this city. Right? Okay. Name this city right here. We have woman gets locked up in, well, they gave you the city, in Chicago with meta glasses on. What does the lockup look like for women that basically straggles on a Saturday night?
Thank you. I'm in this bitch. Let me get you there. We live in Cook County. It's her birthday, man. I know if y'all get locked up. Let me see. What the fuck? Angela.
All right, so these are some of the women y'all fuck for free, saying y'all got it for free and said you win. All right, that type of shit. All right, he won. No, bro, these are some of the women right here, especially her right here. This woman definitely probably killed her husband. All right. This woman looked like she killed her husband of 25 years. All right, and she in there too, and she looked like it was a hard fight.
Yes. Cheers.
Free hot. Oh my goodness. Look at that right there. Somebody smashed her and went home and said he got her for free. But he at the STI clinic. Go see the doctor.
I'm in this bitch.
All right, we got a lot of bull daggers in there. A lot of bull daggers. All right, a lot of butch ass women. And it's full. That tank is full. That's called the tank, y'all. All right, look. All right, but I gets it for free, nigga. There's your free woman out there. They eating bologna sandwiches and shit and chocolate milk. All right. You know what that room smells like? Oh. All right. Do you know what that room smells like? I can only imagine, especially with the bologna in there, too. These are all these Chicago King Von bitches out here. All right. Goodness gracious. And she got tattoos. This white bitch right here definitely killed her husband, and she's sniggling with these bitches. All right. And then she gonna come out knowing more criminal shit to do. All right. Goodness. That whole thing smelled like funky fish. All right. Funky Fresh Friday in Chicago. Straggle Sniggle Theater. We got Kanye's favorite people up in here. All right. Kanye's favorite people will make a scene here. This guy said, you can get Section 8 to pay not just your rent, but your mortgage. All right, let me see what we got here.
Paying your rent they'll pay your mortgage. Now,
the government will pay you Section 8 in your own house?
Your own house.
They'll pay you your rent in your own house that you bought.
They pay your... No. They pay the mortgage. It's not the money that does.
That means instead of the government paying $2,300 for you to be in Section 8, they'll pay your mortgage.
They pay your mortgage. So basically, they pay your house because eventually...
You're going to own it. The government doesn't own doesn't own the title.
No, it's your house.
Sounds like the biggest.
Now, before you reach out to me for this, I have no idea about it.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm not going to say what race, what people.
Okay.
We know I can't say that.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Now, let me just tell you, man, a lot of these Section 8 Somalis, it's not just niggas. Like, niggas are getting a piece of the pie. When I say niggas, I don't mean black people, but you know what I mean. They're getting that welfare pie, just like I'm getting that poontang pie. But a lot of people are not really calling out the you-know-who-wishes and the Somalis that are getting a chunk of that pie, and they walking off like a walk-off home run. Well, I don't know. I really don't know how to do this, but I heard, okay, ass nigga. And they being able to hide from it. There's a lot of videos on the internet coming out of America's revealing who's behind a lot of the welfare and Section 8 scams, and it's not niggas. All right, just so you guys know. It is not only niggas, I should say. They are getting a piece of that pie, but a lot of people getting the piece of the pie are not getting their just due blame for stealing and scamming. As soon as you do show them, they mad at you for showing them. And it's the white liberals who are mad at you for showing who really getting a chunk of that pie. With that being said, we're going to go to the next video before I get in trouble. Straggle and Sniggle Theater, we have Mr. Captain Save-A-Ho here on this skit.
Oh, yeah, we finna have a good time, shorty.
You have a good time, but you gotta pay the bills. Where the money at?
I got the money.
Y'all told me the money.
The money ain't the
Wait
problem.
for it.
Okay. Hey, bro, hit that mic. Come on, shorty, what you waiting for? Get to it. Not today. Lady, what is you doing here with these men? No, matter of fact, these are not men. These are bums. I bet they promised you money, didn't they?
They said they're gonna pay my bills.
They lying. That's the game. They run a game on you. Look, I thought we all came from a woman, got a game from a woman, and a name from a woman. Here I come to save the day.
All right, Mr. Captain Save-A-Ho is here with his red pill rage, too. All right, with his red pill rage coming in here. All right, telling you niggas to run game and treat a girl right here. All right, don't run game and treat a girl right. Here we go.
I wonder why we hate from a woman, why we take from a woman. Do we hate our women? God damn, y'all ain't finna do this young lady wrong. Y'all bogus, man. That shit wrong as hell, gang. That shit. Come on here. I'll pay your bill. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
God damn it. Y'all gotta start respecting these women, bro. I don't appreciate that, man.
Especially the black woman. All right, coach out here, man. You treating these Asian women and these white women to all this shit. What about the black woman? Okay, I'll trick on the black women too. All right, well, I can't say what I call them on locals. All right, but I gotta say it here. But
this shit ain't real. They ain't no stand-up nigga shit.
Okay.
Real, man. Man, we was just having fun, man. Who the fuck is this?
You need to give it up.
Oh,
had about enough. It's not hard to see that hoe is mine. I'm sorry that you seem to be confused, but she belongs to me. That hoe is mine.
yeah. All right, the content creator's name is Burn_Poe, P-O-E. All right, Burn_Poe is the content creator's name. That was a great one. I love that one right there. All right, since we all came from a woman, got a name from a woman, and the game from a woman. I wonder why we hate our women, why we take from our women, why we hate our women. I think it's time to kill from a woman, trying to steal from a woman, be real from a woman. All right, ass nigga. All right. Anyway, Straggle and Sniggle Theater presses on. All right. What's going on in Ling Ling land right here? I know a lot of guys, one thing about me is I went to Ling Ling land. I'm the king of the lings. And I'm now been crescent the king of the lings. One thing I noticed is that when in America, you think there's a scarcity of lings. You think lings are exotic. You know what I mean? It's like P. Diddy. He was tricking on a lot of lings. Filipinas, Sea Mexicans. All right. Daphne Joy, ling. All right. Cassie, ling. Right. And so a lot of us look at lings as an exotic, especially if they deal with niggas, which is rare, but it's not as rare as you think. In America, they are scarce. Like they're the fourth rank, maybe fifth rank in terms of population. They're like the third or fourth minority. And it's hard to get lings away from other lings, right? It's hard for them to cross over to niggas. And when they cross over to niggas, they get ran through by niggas, right? So, but when you go to Ling Town, you go to China, billion lings. You go to Tokyo, 47 million lings. All right. Of course, you got to deduct for the ladies. Then you go to Korea, 8 million, 9 million, 10 million lings. You go to Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, lings everywhere. Right. So they become less scarce. Then when you see how they conduct themselves, you realize you can get lings on the cheap. Right? You don't have to pay a lot of money for lings. They become less exotic. So I was over there in these areas and I was like, you'll never run out of lings. In fact, it is said that 45% of the male of the population of the world are lings or longs. 45% of the entire world's population are lings and longs or dongs, hong dong. You're never going to run out. All right. They make up almost the majority of the world's population. And that's including the Kamala Harris lings. All right. Because they're technically lings too. But they are 45% of the population. So you're never going to run out of lings. In fact, when you learn how to deal with this lack of scarcity, you will realize how they conduct themselves. So let me take you to this video right here of I believe it's a female ling is the content creator. The female ling is a content creator and says, this is your monthly salary. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the volume, but take a look at this. Oh no. Oh yeah. This is how it is in Thailand and the Philippines, certainly in many areas of the South Korea and Vietnam. Oh no. All right, what's going on here? This is okay. Oh, what is going on right there? What
kind of fuck you give me?
All right, just for a few shekels. Oh no. Yeah, you'll never overpay for a ling ever again. Oh my goodness. Everywhere in Ling Town. She's like, oh, you want no, baby. No, this is for the housework, ma'am. All right. But you can get extra services as well, too. You know what I mean? If you need, that might not cost you as much.
What kind of fuck you give me?
Oh my goodness. Just for a couple yuan, oh my goodness. A couple of Thai bahts. Yeah, they'll do anything, bro. Like this is
American people ain't kind of fuck.
Oh, this is terrible, man. Man, what?
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it don't take much, you know. And so when you come back and you done threw a couple of bots out, you'll never pay and overpay for a ling ever again. Come on, hentai CGA out here. She knows what to do when I pay.
I like to get dominated.
I like to
choked, whooped, spanked, told what to do.
Hey.
I need a man to take charge and let me just, be goofy.
Okay, all right. Listen, she made the video. Don't blame me. She said, man almighty, just...
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
And American men have realized this, and they're like, why am I going through game and dating in America? Okay. When lings will just get busy for you for a couple of baht, all right, they'll jump out here, especially in Bangkok. Yeah, and they will give you the bow too. All right, yeah, whatever. My wish is your command, ass bitch. All right. All right.
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
All right, goodness gracious. Oh, ma'am, you want the bung hole too? All right, the bung hole. This is crazy, bro. All right, that's $17 to me in Vietnam. $17. You didn't hear that from me though. All right, just you guys are mad at me for promoting this. Yet she put it out and went viral. Don't be mad at me, brothers. Look, let me just show you this. Do not be mad at me. This shit is going viral today. Everybody's showing you what's up. Look at the engagement on this post. It ain't like I made her do the post. They went viral already doing it. I'm just providing commentary. Oh, and what is she grabbing at?
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
By the way, the monetized dating marketplace, men are realizing, what the fuck am I doing? All right, it's way cheaper to just go direct. Anyway, Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Actually, this is Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We have I can't remember this guy's name, but I need to remember his name. James Carville. Anybody that knows and's been around politics for a long time, you know the name James Carville. Now, if you claim to know what's going on politically and you don't instantly recognize this person or know his significance, you don't know anything about politics. I will never discuss politics with you. He's one of the most important people over the last 50 years in American politics. Okay. He's one of the most important men in American politics. He is the man that got Bill Clinton elected. All right. And he's one of these guys you should never trust. All right. You never trust this guy. He's the guy behind the Bill and Hillary Clinton election. Okay. And that changed the tide of American culture forever. Remember, the Republicans were still running on whoever deleted Mr. Kennedy was going to get into office. Whoever was one of them good old boys was going to run American politics forever. I didn't say it was a coup, but that was what it was. Bill Clinton, he ended that legacy of those old boys of the old, well, I can't say it, the Nixon boys. All right, he ended that legacy. And so James Carville has played a significant role in American politics. Thus, then, I don't think you have Barack Obama without Bill Clinton. You don't have Barack Obama without Bill Clinton. So this is how important James Carville is. But I want you to listen to what he's saying here about the next election. Okay, the next election coming up. He says what the Democrats need on the ticket. Now, you guys realize the Democrats in the last 3 elections, they ran 2 women out of the last 3, which I think was a huge mistake. Hillary Clinton, I don't think a woman is ever going to be elected president. Okay, and if it does, I'll be somewhere where Russell Simmons is at. But the Democrats ran 2 of the last 3 elections, and they had women leading the ticket. All right. And now then they had Joe Biden, which was the 3rd woman. All right. Anyway. All right. But James Carville says this next Democratic ticket should not include a woman. Now, remember, he's a Democratic strategist for the last 50 years. He knows what he's talking about. But listen to what he also says, why a woman should not be on the next ticket. And this is going to bring back some memories of not only me, but Tariq Nasheed. Listen to what he says as to why men should be on the Democratic ticket.
Who is the Democrat that you see who can carry the flag into 2028? Kamala Harris?
No.
AOC?
No.
Rahm Emanuel?
To win the Democratic nomination, you have to ask yourself 2 really important questions. One, can you raise a lot of early money? The second question you have to ask yourself, who can walk into a black fish fry in South Carolina, a black church? Now, they can be nice. They're very polite people.
Yeah.
But who is going to get them to hum and sway? If I had to say one guy, if I were like betting the Kentucky Derby and I saw this 12-1 horse and I said, yeah, I want to get a price, I'd take J.B. Pritzker.
Let me stop right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop the presses right here. You heard it first. He said the most important Democratic person is going to have to take niggas to the fish fry to get them to hum and sway. Oh my God!
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, yeah, man.
What? Bruh, hot sauce in the purse. If you ain't black, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. The Democratic fish fry, South Carolina. That's where Joe Biden won. He lost every primary up into the South Carolina primary, and they elected him president after that. They crowned him. He said to get plantation Negroes to hum and sway at the fish fry. Yo, this ain't AI, y'all. This ain't AI. Holy shit. This is crazy.
To win the Democratic nomination, you have to ask yourself 2 really important questions. One, can you raise a lot of early money? The second question you have to ask yourself, who can walk into a black fish fry in South Carolina, a black church? Now, they can be nice. They're very polite people.
Yeah.
But who is going to get them to hum and sway? If I had to say one guy, if I were like betting the Kentucky Derby and I saw this 12-1 horse and I said, yeah, I want to get a price, I'd take J.B. Pritzker.
Really? Why?
Well,
not Kamala Harris? She's black.
She has no chance.
Why not?
Because no Democrat wants anything to do with anybody that had anything to do with 2024.
So Kamala Harris can't get the black community to sway and hum?
No.
Oh, my Lord Jesus. Jesus. Nigga. Nigga. Sway and hum. Fish fry. Catfish nuggets. It's right here. Guys, this ain't AI. Do you hear this? And we know this, guys. I've been saying this for decades that this is the case. Everybody should know that what they're saying is true. All they have to do is go to the fish fry, sway, hum, and dance a jig, and they win. Woo way! Unbelievable.
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, yeah, man.
Not offer them something, no policy, better them out, give them this, reparations, not even reparations. Fish fry, catfish nuggets, and sway and hum, you win the presidency. That's Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Has the modern dating landscape confused you? Have many of the standards that you heard, you're kind of tired of hearing about, and you're wondering, what does it all mean? Well, look no further. Join us talking about the monetized dating marketplace right now on Locals, and it is CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can create a free account to join the conversation between the Coach Gang members, but also on Sunday, we do a live stream demonstrating all aspects of the monetized dating marketplace, and coming soon in 2025, you're going to have access to a sample of the monetized dating marketplace course where you can get information related to how to participate in the monetized dating marketplace and or how to understand it, so you're not out here spinning your wheels trying to figure out how you're going to best deal with the monetized dating marketplace. Listen, everything and every aspect of dating is monetized. We just want to relieve the frustration that you might have about it. So the best way to do it is make a free account right there on Locals, CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can get access to those live streams, but create a free account. Just join the conversation. I am the only one covering this conversation from this point of view. And yes, I am ahead of my time. Get ahead of the information before you're priced out. Now you know why it was ridiculous for Kamala Harris to be saying, I wash my collard greens in the bathtub, or Hillary Clinton to say, I have my hot sauce in my purse. Why Bill Clinton jumps up on Arsenio playing the saxophone. Why Joe Biden says, if you ain't black, you ain't vote for me, you ain't black. All right. And these are the things that people have used. No voting, no vucking, right? You have seen the shit show. Not saying that the Republicans have done anything better. All right. But what I'm saying is they literally have boiled this down to simple. Older black people, 50 and up, fish fry, catfish nuggets, collard greens, and hot sauce. All right. Directly to the presidency. And once they get in there, they start finger fucking you with no Vaseline. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Macaroni Tony. He says, facts, coach. Exhibit's brother told his wife about the money they buried out there in the desert so she could drain them pockets. Shout out to X to the Z. I actually bumped into him while I was in Vegas at the Aria Hotel and Casino. And he was a cool dude. But yeah, man, Exhibit's brother stabbed him in the back. Family members told the ex-wife how to go get that money. So when I tell you men have stolen more from men than women have, it is not even close. You got to watch out for men. We got our brother here. Yo mama favorite says, tuition coach, keep your foot on their necks. Shout out to you. Mr. T, good morning, coach. I hope you're doing well. I just learned yesterday my brother is thinking about getting married to a 15-year-old single. Is it a single mother? Even though he still lives with my mama. How do I go about getting him out of this before he makes such a terrible mistake? Free agent lifestyle for life. Gentlemen, here's our general rule and consensus. Once a woman has a man by the nostrils, once a woman has a man's nose wide open, it's far too late to get him and prevent him from making a bad decision. You're going to have to let him hang himself. Okay. You have to give information to men before that woman swallows his suck seed. All right. Before she goes down the gullet with his baby batter. You can't do it after the fact. You got to let him hang himself. Men don't want to hear that shit. She different. Not my girl. You just are bitter and hurt. That's what they're going to say. They're going to get mad at you. They might even kill you. So you cannot be at a man's wedding telling him you're making a mistake. You're just going to have to let him make the mistake and walk that aisle. You're just going to have to let him get divorced graped. You're going to have to let him get played and finesse. You can't do it. It's the way it is. Once he's got on a bended knee and proposed and he feels like this woman is the wind beneath his wings, you got to let him go. Got to let him go. She's got him under a spell. And women know this. And they will make sure that she will keep that man from you. Okay, you can't hang out with your bro no more. Your bro ain't no good. And he'll listen to her before he listens to you. All right, but guys, it's far too late. Even for guys that say I'm a friend invited me to a wedding, but I'm a red pill rager. He wanted me to be in the wedding party, but I'm in my red pill rage. I don't want him to get married. What do I do? Should I tell him? The answer is it's too late. She's got that man under a spell. So you can't do anything about it at this point. All right. So I would just tell you, man, just enjoy the ride. Be there for him when he falls and falters. All right. Pick him up, dust him off. Even most of the time after that, all right, you can't even pick him up and dust him off. He going to be too gone. He going to have that wake up juice. Shout out to No Government Name. Last time I spoke to my mammy 3 years ago, she told me I was a loser and a disgrace because I wouldn't give her money. He says, as you know, the Southeast has been snowed in for the last 2 weeks. She was blowing up my phone to the point that I had to block her. Am I wrong? Fam has been shaming me. That's the one thing, guys. Your mama be using you down bad, and you will try to like kick your mama to the curb or block her, and people will be like, man, that's your mama. You only get one mama. Okay, you're like, yeah, but she playing and using me, but that's your mom. You need to love your mom. I would do it for my mama. All right. Guys, trust me, I've been in that situation. People ain't gonna look at it like, damn, your mama piece of shit. All right. My mama was a crack fiend mama, and now she's just a black queen mama. No matter what your mama do, she can't fail. Now, if it was your daddy, they would tell you, man, fuck your punk ass motherfucking daddy. You know I'm right. Your daddy a loser. So, with that being said, all right, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Nigga tried to fuck me. How about that? Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Nigga trying to holler back. Fuck me. No, fuck that bitch. Hey, that's how I look at it, man. I mean, your mama was there when you needed her. She let you suck her titty. But at some particular point, fuck that bitch. All right, anyway, who's the artist that says that song? I love that song, but I can't play it right now. Fuck that bitch. Shout out to our brother here. Jay Will says, throwing a lifeline to your family in the hood is a get it out of the mud. Wait, crab in a barrel philosophy. He says, it sounds good, but can be destructive. Shout out to Young Dro. But yeah, man, throwing your family a lifeline. And we're going to see this in a GloRilla case. Giving them a lifeline when you get it out of the mud and just bringing everybody with you is a loser mentality. Don't do it, bro. Don't take everybody with you. Because you know you got crackheads that's going to blow the money. No Government Name. Since you're speaking on leading, can you explain why American parents want to be friends with their kids and hoping that they will like them as an adult? You can't protect what you can't control. Hashtag the shield. This is the Gen X philosophy of parenting. I want my kids to like me, and I want them to be my best friend, and I want them to share I want them to share even their deepest, darkest secrets with me. I want them to drink here at the house. I'd rather them drink and do drugs here at the house than to do drinking and drugs outside the house. Bitches, these Gen X parents smoking weed with their goddamn kids, right? And drinking with their kids and smoking weed because people are codependent. Especially mothers. Mothers want their daughters and their sons to be son husband. Like it's a utility thing with the young boy because she gets to be under, she gets to get protection and provision through the son without submission. Okay, so she'll use the son like that. I don't have to submit to a man. I can get protection and provision from the son. That's a son husband. All right, the daughter can be a whore, and I can whore around and go to the club with my daughter, and we can both be whores, and we won't judge each other. All right, so only God can judge us. And therefore, because these women cannot be good adults to other adults, they have to be good parents. They got to use their kids so they can be piece of shit adults to their kids who won't judge them. So that's why people do this. It's a codependent way for people to have associations with people without being good adults to friends and family members and shit like this. So they use their kids. With me, on the other hand, I'd be like, man, shit, raise my kids, go let them have a life. Let them make mistakes as long as they don't fuck up. I tell my kids, I can mess ups, but I can't mess up fuck ups. So go live your life. Go learn the ways of the world. I taught you what I needed to teach you. I did what I was supposed to do. If you want to take it from here, motherfucker. All right, but parents want to be friends with their kids because they ain't got no motherfucking friends in real life because they're piece of shit adults. That's just my motherfucking philosophy just right now. They don't have the parents that are friends with their kids have no real friends in adult life. Okay. Their goddamn daughter is their friend and go smoking and drinking and fucking do. I mean, I was on a boat in Miami on a yacht on a Miami, and it was a mother-daughter team, both whores, both selling pussy on the boat. Mother and daughter team. I was like, nigga, the mother was trying to sell me the daughter. Who was on the boat? The mother was trying to sell me her daughter. I want my daughter to be with a man like you. Her daughter was 23. I was sitting right next to her. The mom was sitting here. The daughter was sitting here. I really want my daughter to be with a man like you. I'm the mother's age. I'm the mother's age. We were the same age, me and the mom. Her daughter was sitting next to me, trying to act like she was good, end up leaving with a pookie ass nigga. And the mom was like, she keeps dating these bum ass pookie niggas. But the mom sold pussy. So she was like, I'm trying to teach her my ways. I mean, I'm like, and then the music came on. That bitch was out grooving and shit. It was crazy as fuck. I'm like, bro, when you see this shit, bro, you can't unsee it. That's why you got to get on the dark side. I was like, damn. She followed me on Instagram. She's trying to get her daughter to follow me on Instagram. She said, see, you need to be with a man like this. I was like, wow. All right. But if you were in Miami at that time, because it was at the Black Manosphere Conclave, they had a yacht party. Yeah, I was on the boat. When you see this shit, you can't unsee it, man. I was like, good Lord, have mercy, bro. We out. Shout out to Catfish says, my sniggling fees is barbecue out here. Shout out to you, brother.
It's barbecue in there.
Mm-hmm. Dinero Tranquilo says, Coach, spending a week in a large city in Latin America, chilling with a chick I've known for 8 years. Best sloppy toppy ever. Shout out to you, man. Bilingual, smart as hell, has an accounting degree. She says if she hustles, she can make $450 USD a month. Worldwide JUCO, man. When you realize how powerful the dollar is, even though it is very hard here in the United States, our money doesn't spread like it should. We don't have buying power like we used to. When you take American dollars somewhere else, you're rich. You're rich. The only place you're not rich is in the United Kingdom. All right. There's only a few places where you're not rich. And certainly the United Kingdom, because the dollar versus the pound conversion is terrible. The pound is right now whooping the dollar. At least it was when I was there. Okay. You're not rich in the United Kingdom with the American dollar. You're actually poorer. All right. You're slightly poorer in the United Kingdom. Okay. But when you go anywhere else with that American money, you're rich. You're an American. That's why black people have to travel, is because when you travel, you're not black. You realize real fast. Okay, Middle East, shout out to y'all. When you're travel, they don't see you as black. Unless it's a woman that just like niggas, right? And you dress like 50 Cent. When you leave America, you're American with American money. They don't care what race you are. You're American. That means you got American dollars in your pocket. That's all they give a fuck about. They don't care if you black American, white, or that's only if a woman wants to sleep with you. Other than that, they'll sleep with you for any American dollar. All right. But maybe they just in the niggas, it might matter. But the only thing that matters is you're American. All right. And that's when you realize how strong it is to be an American. You're lucky. You're lucky to be an American. And when I see Americans complaining, I'm like, bro, you just don't realize how lucky you are. You were born in the United States. That puts you ahead of 95% of the world, just as an advantage that you've had in life. Even if you're a poor American and you didn't grow up with education, but you were lucky to be born in the United States of America. That is the lottery ticket that you were granted. And you have taken it for granted. You have taken it for granted. Even though we have our problems economically and we have our issues, being born in the United States puts you ahead of 95% of the world. I mean, you won, nigga. And then you fumble it by being a piece of shit, lazy, garbage human being. That's your problem, bro. Because not many other countries have the opportunity you have to go from nothing to something, from Jay-Z to go from Marcy Projects to billionaire. You can't do that anywhere. To go from poverty to making 100K, you can't do that anywhere. Almost anywhere on the map, on the world, you can't even do that. That's not even a possibility. That ain't even a possibility without humiliating yourself. So just being born in America, just being a descendant of slaves born in America, you still have the advantage across the world. You have the advantage over everybody. And this woman's bilingual, speaks 2 languages. Y'all niggas don't even speak English. All right. This woman speaks bilingual, can speak English and wherever she's from. She has an accounting degree. She doesn't even make 450 USDs a month. And she got all that education, all that intelligence, enough to speak 2 clear languages and understand it and probably read both languages. And she making $450 a month if she hustles. Anyway, enough about that shit because y'all don't want to hear it. But I'm just trying to put y'all up on game. All right, JC says, Coach, Jack and Jill went up the hill with $1.50 each. Jill came down with $3. That effing 304. Shout out to you. And that would be that easy. Miles says, your rant yesterday about there is no hope is your best rant to date. He says, these are the things I've been thinking for a while now, and people don't understand how social media truly shrunk the world. It shrunk the world. He says, women across the world are seeing the feminist lifestyle in the U.S. and are applying it. Miles, you're right. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. You think you're going to go to some of these areas with your advantage. And dude, I've gone to the poorest countries, and women they like the idea of being independent and kind of selling pussy and dating around. And the women are saying the same thing in Colombia. Oh, I want to live free into my 20s and enjoy it and party it and stay single. Then I'll think about it. I heard women in Thailand saying that. And I'm like, dude, that feminist ideology and lifestyle has really gone across the world. Women in the Philippines, they have social media and internet. Some of them got a version of OnlyFans. All right. I know women in Brazil that I hooked up with in Brazil. Like they have a version of their OnlyFans in Brazil. Like they can't get on OnlyFans because they need a US bank account, but they have a version of it. I've seen it. I got a girl that's on the story. I was like, I banged her for like $70. All right. But she got a version of OnlyFans. All right. And she promotes it on her social media. So social media, the idea that you're going to drop into this small land where the woman don't have no internet, no phone, no social media, it's over. It's over. Women in the Philippines got it too. Okay, they got it. Women in Thailand got it too. Now, they still can't really do it the way we do it because if you don't speak good English, it's hard to translate that across for people. So it is what it is. But yep, there's no more hidden women. The only one you're gonna get is a woman in the bush with a bone in her nose and a plate in her lip. But as soon as she see that phone and a smartphone, as soon as a woman has a smartphone, you can forget it. You can forget a regular relationship. And men are starving. You can be mad at the woman for getting their DMs filled up. Brothers, it's the men. Men, and I've never been one to hit a woman in the DMs. Like, I don't know that part of the game. I know it exists, but I'm not patient enough to hit up a strange woman in the DMs. I'm not a nigga to wait in line for another woman. Like, if I see there's a line for a woman, I'm not gonna wait in the line. But some of y'all niggas are that type of guy. Even when I was in Japan, they had a place where they was like, okay, this woman got 3 niggas ahead of you. All right, it's gonna take her about 45 minutes, and once she's done, you can have her next. I was like, huh? I was like, I'm out of here. I don't want to see a woman got a line. All right, anyway. All right, I was in 2 places in Japan, and it was set up like that. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, these are the girls. They're gonna hop around from one guy to the next like a motherfucking frog pad, and once she's done with them, she'll come over to you. I was like, what? I was like, nah, I'm out of here. I was like, I'm out. All right. I was like, no way. All right. And then you can see them doing it too. You can see them. All right. Straddling niggas on their laps, getting their titties sucked. All right. Kissing and French kissing. And then you could just be like, oh, she's going to be next. I'm going to get her next. I can't wait to suck her titties. All right. Watching the whole nigga suck her titties. Then she go to the bathroom for like a minute and 30 seconds. Come out. She wash up barely. All right. And then she sit next to you. Hi. I'm like, I was like, what? I was like, who's doing this? But dude, there was dudes waiting. There was dudes waiting, watching her doing this shit. Like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be next, ass nigga. So that's how I look at DMs. That's how I look at DMs. You're waiting in every woman's line. Let's just get it straight. I just don't want to see the line. I just don't want to know there's a line. Like, I'm not the one nigga that want to know there's a line. I don't want to know that. I want to imagine the line ain't there. But but a lot of dudes that jump in the DMs, you just jumping in a line. Like, that's all you're doing. So I'm not the one to DM a bitch, all right? But y'all niggas will do it. But here's the thing. You guys don't realize how many dudes just be in the DMs all day until you see a woman's DMs. You got to see the woman's DMs. It's all day, every day, nonstop, high-end NBA players, rappers, you name it, bum niggas, fake pimps, player niggas, max. It's all day. And it's not just the DMs. Then when you add the dating apps to that, then the sugar sites, it's all day long. Running game and this and that and saying this and beta males and red pill rangers. It's all day long. Since that's the case, the point I was making and that people were saying here, the point I was making is that it's over worldwide. It's over. It's you can't compete against that. I can't compete against that. Some women have this and they don't even look at it because it's overwhelming. They don't even read it. But just in fact, like, I think more women are likely to read it if they have a stable relationship than if they don't. Because what'll happen is they'll have the realities of a stable relationship and then they'll wonder what else is out there. Maybe there's a better deal. Maybe somebody's offering something. And so if a woman has a stable relationship, but it's not giving her what she wants, she's more inclined to read it. As opposed to a woman who is single and free, she's like, oh, that's just them niggas in the DM. It's just some other niggas, right? She knows it's just another nigga that wants to fuck her, use her as a goddamn cum dumpster, and then drop her. They're not offering anything other than dick and attention. A woman that's kind of got her feet put to sleep in a relationship will poor unlikely to be inclined to check it because that woman is looking for a bigger, better deal, which means in effect, that's the danger of you being in a relationship. That's the danger of you being in a relationship, is that all women, whether single, married, all women, whether poor or rich, have a line. Now, I'm not the one to be with a woman that has a line. I just can't do it. I don't want to see the line. Right? I don't want to see it. And I've seen it. Women have showed me, and it is to a point where I just can't ecclesiastically give these women faith. And I can't do it. I can't trust I can't trust a bitch with a line like that. Because she going to explore that line. It's just not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Some women like the line and just want to jump from nigga to nigga. Like there's some women that love the line and they just gonna get used and abused and shit like this. But I can't do it. So I'll rent, but I can't buy. I can't buy in a woman. I can't buy in a woman. I can't buy it. They all got smartphones and social medias and shit like this. Bro, I'm just gonna have fun and go to the next, to the next, to the next. Bitch, I got a line too. I got a line with bitches with their hands out. But I can't literally give a woman a relationship and she got a smartphone and DMs and motherfucking dating apps and she got all these motherfucking WhatsApps and fuck. She gonna have to be like, no way. You can't even keep up. Cash apps and WhatsApps and motherfucking DMs and shit, dating apps and sugar sites and no, hell to the fucking no. Not me. She can come jump up and down on my motherfucking dick, all right, and she can get fed, but that's about it. No, nothing serious. Nothing serious. Shout out to Chris Jericho. I saw this quote that connects with the main event in Bossing Up. The quote says, "Nobody celebrates your discipline until they need to borrow from your results." Shout out to you. Nobody celebrates your discipline until they need to borrow from your results. I'm going to put that in the chat. That is a fact. CGA is a real-time example of this quote. However, we got to watch it. Gentlemen, stay grinding. No one celebrates your discipline until they need to borrow from your results. God dang, Chris Jericho. That's a major fact. That's a major fact. All right, I do have a lot of super chats here. Let's see here. I'm going to try to knock a couple more down. That is the truth. Man or female, male or female. This doesn't just apply of women doing this to men. This is men doing this to men as well. I'll say it again. Nobody celebrates your discipline until they need to borrow from your results. God damn. Shout out to Chris Jericho. Can you explain why the Mitches say it's unfortunate to the reality of life? For example, women don't love men, especially broke men. American has proven that they're spineless cowards during the boomer coof lockdown. Yep, people are spineless. It's unfortunate. Yeah, our reality, and I did a stream about this too. Our reality is that much of the situations we put ourselves in, we chose to put ourselves in those situations. Okay. The struggle didn't choose you. You chose to struggle. So if you have a struggle in life, it's mainly your fault. Now, there's some things that aren't your fault, things you have no control over, right? Your parents, all right? Your parents fucked each other and made you. You had no control over that. Where you were born, no control over that. Staying where you were born with limited opportunity, you have control over that. Staying around your family where there's limited opportunity, when you can go to opportunity, you have control over that. You see what I mean? Your race, you have no control over that. Getting over the fact that your race was determined for you, you have control over that. You see, these things add up. But people will say, oh, it's messed up that I was born here and I'm ugly because my parents were ugly and I'm black. That's all your choice. The struggles didn't choose you. You chose the struggle. You could have overcame that, but you didn't. All right. And nigga, it takes, how much is a Greyhound bus pass? Hold on for a second. Let me see this. Because you're talking to a guy that's lived in 7 states, 8 different, all the regions. What does a bus pass cost to relocate? All right. Under $100, right? It's definitely under $100. You can leave your current situation right now for under $100 just to start you off, nigga. Now, you could get to a motel for 2 weeks and set up camp, All right, you can run the block, whatever it is, but for under $100, you can leave your current situation and improve your chances of survival. And most people won't do it because of cost. All right, it costs $100, and then when I get there, it's going to cost this to go to the cheap motel, this per week, this for day, this per month. All right, then I got a couch. They got couch surfing apps. You can go lay on somebody else's couch almost for free. If you're a woman, all you have to do is pay with pussy. All right, so y'all can leave y'all current situation, and most of y'all won't. Well, I want to stay down with my family in Jacksonville. Okay, that's a choice. The struggle didn't choose you. You chose the struggle. See, choice. Slavery was a choice by Kanye West. You choosing that. You're choosing that. To think that you have a disadvantage because you're black, that's a choice. To not be willing to code switch and be an Uncle Tom, that's a choice. Right? Nigga, you could just talk proper English, pronouncing your E's and your R's, and you could probably improve your situation. But no, you don't want to pronounce your E's and your R's. You want to smell like a cloud of weed going into Walmart. That's a choice. You don't want to cut your hair because you want to wear your braids and let everybody not prejudge you and be prejudiced. That's a choice. That's a choice you chose. And then you put faith in the people to not prejudge you, smelling like a cloud of weed, wearing braids and locks. That's a choice. So when they prejudge you and you don't get where you want, that's a choice. You chose that. You chose that. That's not their fault. That's your fault. You chose that. You chose the hope in the faith in humanity that they'll make the right decision and not prejudge you. You're an idiot for that. I wouldn't make that choice. So I'm going to wear dress slacks, slippery shoes, and a silk shirt and pronounce my E's and R's. Okay? That's a choice. You chose to wear your pants hanging off your ass and think people won't prejudge and respect you. That's a choice. Don't be mad that it doesn't work out for you, because statistically it won't. That's a choice. All right. You chose that. All right. Hey, look, it ain't like you didn't have another option. You had another option. You didn't choose it because it was too hard. So you chose the easy route. Bitch, look at you now. What do you want me to do about it? I can't hold your hand in life. The struggle didn't choose you. You chose the struggle by CGA. By the way, I made that up. Just like men are in love, women are in business, but I won't get credit for it. Like I said, men have stolen more from me than any woman ever has. Getting back to the show. All right. Getting back to the show. We got Fuck You Boss Up, then Crime and Law CGA. We got Fuck You Boss Up by 50. Curtis Jackson sent. He's got some game there to tell you. I just bought one of his books, by the way. I haven't read it yet, but shout out to him. I just bought one of his books. Let's see what 50 Curtis Jackson.
Where they took their biggest losses. Let's start thinking about business endeavors and stuff. In Forbes, there's a column that clearly says this is married and divorced. That process is such a painful process that's the biggest loss. It takes time for us to figure it out, but the most expensive thing we really spend is time. The time put into the relationship and that energy that's over that time period. If we ask the smartest guys we know where they took their biggest losses, they'll start thinking about business endeavors and stuff. In Forbes, there's a column that clearly says this is married and divorced. That process is such a painful process that's the biggest loss. It takes time for us to figure it out, but the most expensive thing we really spend is time.
Look at that, guys. Most smart guys figured this out. It's not the money, it's the time. That's what money, energy, attention, and time. People are either hearing this from me or likes of me. I've been spreading this information for years. I've been going viral saying this. I was one of the first people to really talk about this in the modern social media era. Same thing as the monetized dating marketplace. You're going to see a lot of people coming to this conclusion. This is the truth. Okay. Dudes will say, it's the money. It's not the money. Minister Jab, it's the money's more important. No, it's not. Because time is money. Time is money, nigga. Opportunity cost. It's the time. And when I say all men pay, it's the time. You're paying with time. Most of the time, y'all paying with time and energy because you don't have money and leverage. You're dealing with a disrespectful woman putting you through bullshit. But if you had money, she wouldn't put you through that bullshit. She'll do it behind your back. She'll just do the shit behind your back. She gonna do the shit anyway, but she'll just do the shit behind your back. She ain't gonna do it in your face. Okay, and disrespect you to your face. 50-50 niggas. It's the time. Take the time to improve your life to not have to deal with this bullshit. To be able to have the power to walk away. It's not the money. Women use you for money. They use you for time when you don't have money. All right. It's very simple. What's more important? It's not the money. It's the time invested, the time you had to spend dealing with bullshit, the time you had to, it's the time. It's not even close. Not even close. Anybody that realizes, once you wake up and realize this, you be like, damn, how much time have I wasted? How much time have I wasted with a woman who really didn't love me, who end up using me, and then coming on the back end to get money from you? It's the time. Even Curtis Jackson has figured it out, or he has heard me say it. Well, we know I've appeared on this documentary. It ain't like he was watching my videos, but my information spreads pretty much like wildfire. And then people will have to just deal with the reality of the truth. Not everybody's a player. Not everybody's a bum nigga that can score 200 body count pussy and think they won. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he won in the end. Oh, he really did, didn't he? He got 200 body count pussy. All right. And then he had to pay for an abortion. Okay. Most dudes don't realize the cost of a relationship until after the relationship is over. And then what happens? You realize she's been cheating and scheming on you for several years, and you lost that time. You lost that time. We've been there. How many of us have been there where you were with a woman, whether you treated her, whether you cheated on her or not? Let's say the woman emotionally divorced you. I think I have a clip of a woman saying this either today or tomorrow. She emotionally divorced you. And then what happens is you realize that she stayed with you for a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, because she didn't know how to break it off. She didn't want to break up with you to your face. So she just kind of just retracted and emotionally divorced you and then manipulating you. She was planning her exit. How many of you have been in that situation? What men think, and this is how men look. What was I doing in the years she fell out of love with me? What was I doing in the months that she was planning her exit? What was I doing with that time? You were spending a lot of time and possibly money. You probably went on a vacation with her at least. You probably spent a lot of time doing things with her to make her happy. And there was no happiness going to be made. You probably had sex with her and you realize she was planning her exit, even though she was having sex with you or having sex with another man, and you were still supporting her, paying rent, and she was living with you. Like, these are things that you realize that it's not the money that makes you pissed. It's the time you spent during that time. Damn, I spent 5 months doing this and that, paying the costs along the way. Then you realize that time was wasted. The money was wasted, surely, but you realize it was the time that was wasted. You're like, damn, I wasted. That was 2 years. Some women stay with dudes for 10 years in this situation, trying to work it out, going to marriage counseling, paying with time. You wasted all that time, and the marriage counseling wasn't going to work at all. She ended up filing for divorce after 10 years of marriage therapy. And you're like, damn, I could have just, now you're 50 instead of 40 getting divorced. Time. I could have been divorced at 40. Now I'm divorced at 50. It's not the money you spent. It's the time you spent trying to make that shit work. And it wasn't going to work anyway. She knew it. The marriage counselor knew it. You didn't know it. And you realize now I'm 50 trying to be out here in the dating marketplace instead of 40. That's the time. That's the time. Okay. So really, when you realize time is the most important thing and resource you'll ever spend, because you cannot get back time. You cannot replace it, nor can you go back and make more of it? It's the time. You'll be willing to throw away a little bit of money to avoid wasting time. Let's go, man. Y'all ain't ready. You gotta get to that point where you realize that, go, damn. And sometimes it takes a divorce, or, you know, it takes something like that to make you realize it's the time. And you'll never waste time again. You be like, fuck that. I'll spend rather than wasting time. Arguing with the woman, putting her in check. Man, I'll just get a new woman. You got to keep your girl in check. No, I don't. Soon as that bitch do two things, I warn her, she does it once, and then she does it twice after I warned her, new woman. Because they're replaceable. Right? I can just get a new one. I'm not going to waste no more time on this one. I'm not going to waste no more time. I'm not going to spend no more time trying to get this woman to get it and understand it when she don't want to understand it. Bitch don't want to get it. New woman. I'm not keeping this woman in check. Okay. I wasted time trying to get this bitch a chance. 2-3 weeks in, she don't want to listen. New woman. All right. All right, guys, they make more women. They make more money. They don't make more time. They don't make more time. And let me tell you one more thing. Somebody said this, and I think it might be true. Do you feel time is actually going faster? Like we have 24 hours, but we don't have 24 hours. Does anyone ever feel that? I know somebody told that to me, and I was like, you know, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It seems like time's going by faster. Like, I think they sped up the clock on this motherfucker with a infinity stone somewhere where we have 24 hours, but we don't. Like we're getting like 24, we're getting like 22 hours, or we're getting like 21 hours out of 24, especially when your ass go to sleep and then you wake up and then you got one thing after the next, an appointment going through here. And by the end of the day, it's 6 o'clock and you're like, God damn, and it's dark. It's like, what the fuck? I'm thinking like, I know what they mean. I still think we're getting 24 hours. It just seems like we're not getting the full 24. And then we look up, it's next year already, and 3 months went by, and then we missed summer, and then we didn't do what we didn't even take the vacation that we planned for, and then we just stayed at work, and then we realized staying at work didn't improve our financial position, right? It didn't make us more money, it made us less money, or the money we made is worth less. You see what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation that can open up a whole nother can of worms. But we're getting less time. And some people are saying it could be the smartphone or maybe all these streaming apps or what we're doing with our time. It's just going by. In fact, we're closer to the year 2040 than we are the year 2000. Like, if that doesn't scare you, okay, if that doesn't scare you, that's why I tell you, we're never going backwards in time. We're closer to the year 2040 than the year 2000, according to CGA maths. Like, that is mind-boggling, because I think the year 2000 was not that long ago. We're closer to the year 2040 than the year 2000. In fact, it's weird for me to actually have sex with a woman born with the numbers 19 in front of her birth year. To me, that's an old woman. I'll be out with a woman and shit, and we be doing something. I'm like, okay, they need your birthday. And she'd be like, 19. I'll be looking at this bitch like, 19?
Wait a minute. Who are
She'd be like,
you?
1990? I'll be like,
Wait a minute. Who are you?
what kind of bitch is this? All right. Kind of old, soggy bitch am I with? 19 what? It better be 1998. Fuck out of here. 1999. So does that bitch 1994? Oh, this an old, soggy bitch. All right. This old broad, 1992? Oh shit, 1980. Oh no. You in the wrong place, bitch. You in the wrong place. All right, you in the wrong goddamn place. You should just be in my bed and out my goddamn bed. And on the way home, that's all the 1990s bitch gonna get. All right, 1980, 1970, bitch. All you gonna get is the bed sheets, and out. Go home.
Okay, daddy.
Right.
Okay, daddy.
1990. Old broad. Anybody I'm with that I'm paying for birthday gonna be 2000 and something. And now it's not, if it ain't 2010 coming up in the next few years, it should be 2012, 2010 in the next couple years. Any of these 2004 bitches gonna have to go. 2004? Oh, this old broad. Anyway. All right, anyway, enough of this. This show is off the rails. Let's do crime and law CGA up in here. All right, anyway, girl, because I'll be flying them in. I was like, I need your passport and your ID and shit. And they'd be like, okay, what's your birthday? January 5th, 1997. I'll be like, Did you say 97? Did you say 1997? The fuck am I doing? All right, I'll put it in. But as soon as you get up, face in the pillow, ass tooted up. All right, I ain't playing with you, bitch, and you barely getting the dinner. All right, anyway.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh my goodness. Old broad. Old broads out here. Press 1 in the chat if you are old broad. Anyway. I need some 2,000 bitches up in here. Only 2,000 bitches getting tricked on. All right, anyway, let me see. Let me stop. Oh, because people getting pissed off. Hoes are getting triggered. Niggas are getting triggered. All right. If let me just clean this right, and we're gonna clean it up. If you told me you got a free piece of pussy and she was born in 1900s, you paid. You paid. You paid, sir. She was born in 19 any year and you fucked and you told me you got it for free. You paid. You paid for that pussy. All right. All right. You paid for that because you could have got you a fresh piece of punani from the 2000s. All right. And we talking about 2004 is getting too old at this point. All right. Maybe not. All right. No. Anyway. All right. Anyway. Oh, shit. We out here. Fuck you. But we on Crime and Law CGA because, yeah, ecclesiastically. Oh, no. Crime and Law CGA will do this one real quick. Let me see how many damn posts I got because we'll get to the main event. Crime and Law CGA, a teacher faces decades in prison for this. We have a male teacher. Know about the female teachers. Male teacher, 26 years old, faces 20 years behind bars for dating a high school graduate days after she graduated. She's age 18. What? Oh, we're going to have to teach you a lesson here, gentlemen, about men in positions of authorities. You have a different set of rules based on the age of consent. The age of consent is not universally applied. We know that there's men that can get away with it. Romeo and Juliet. We know men that can get away with it if it's not reported. We know men can get away with it if the woman's trafficked to an extent, right? So you can get away with it here and there. We know women can get away with it. But yes, when you're in a position of authority, teacher, judge, any of these positions of authority where you have authority over that female or perceived authority, you cannot date a woman even if she meets the age of consent restriction. Yes. So here's the story. A Nebraska teacher and wrestling coach could be thrown into prison for up to 20 years for allegedly dating a former student after she graduated. His name is Cody Pester or Molester or Lester, age 26. Let me stop this real quick because it's jumping around. Age 26, he taught 6th grade at a senior high school. He was arrested late last month after an investigation by the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office uncovered the relationship. Police say that Pester and the then 18-year-old began exchanging text messages on the day she graduated, May 10th, 2025. So some people are calling it pre-ordered, right? He pre-ordered her. So he waited till the day she graduated. Now, we don't know if she was a student, but we're going to see how long, if she was actually a student and came through his class. But also, he was also on a campus that had a high school. All right. So he was teaching at the junior high school. He could have been watching her as she matriculated through high school. All right. So they are on the same campus. So he's watching her and he waited until the day she graduated to engage in the relationship. But they don't play that around here. Cops claim Pester and the unidentified teen exchanged about 13,000 text messages from the day she graduated to August 8th. The pair is believed to have met previously at a sporting event. By July 18, the relationship allegedly turned sexual. Chief Ben, somebody said in a press conference, authorities said that Pester waived his Fifth Amendment rights upon arrest and admitted they had sex about 6 times that month. although the graduate was not a minor. Teachers are not allowed to have intimate relationships with students within 90 days of their graduation under state law. So the reason why I'm reporting this is this reason right here. This is one of those laws that catches people to where you think age of consent is the bottom line, but not when you're in a position of authority. You're a teacher or a coach, which I was to high school and college students. And I had to understand that position of authority was different. It wasn't under the age of consent. Like, you can't do things like it's a former student. You almost got to wait a year, because what'll happen is if you wait till day of graduation or after she graduates, people can assume that you had a relationship during the time where she was a student. Even if you didn't, people will perceive it, or she can claim it. She can say, hey, we hooked up when I was a student and we were 17, we hooked up, or we started talking then. So you can't do that when you're a teacher or a position of authority. And it says you have to wait until that student graduates in 90 days, 3 months after the summer. So when they start college, okay, or when they start college, the sheriff office learned of the alleged situation in late December. Investigation interviewed the former student right there in January 2023, which is this year. It is unclear who initially tipped authorities off about the alleged relationship. Now, let me tell you something. In this situation, I worked at high schools, I worked with middle school students, and I worked at colleges. Let me tell you who tipped them off. It could be one or two people. Her friend or her frenemy, a friend that was a friend at the time that turned into an enemy, or the frenemy's parents. It's more than likely the case. Or it could be the boyfriend or an alleged boyfriend of the girl. It's one or three of those people. It's almost never the girl herself. Okay, they are going to let that shit go on because they kind of want the relationship or what comes with it. But normally what happens is the bestie who's no longer the bestie. And that bestie tells the mom, her parents, not the woman's parents, but her own parents. The bestie tells her own parents, and then that parent goes to the school. Okay, that's almost inevitably always the case. It's never really going to be the girl herself. And I've seen this happen many, many times as a coach and a teacher myself in college and high school. It is almost always the parent of the friend or the parent of the former friend who shared the secret. So I'm just telling you, if you're engaging in anything close to this, the girl is always going to tell a friend, right? The girl is always going to tell a female friend. If that friendship collapses or that friend gets jealous, let's say the guy's tricking on her and giving her gifts. If that friend gets jealous, it's game over. Okay. It's game over for that relationship. And then you're going to jail. I've seen that happen way too many times. I've even seen this happen to female teachers. It's the friend that tells. And then the mom normally is the one that goes up to the school, not the mom of the girl, but the mom, the friend's mom that goes up to the school. Okay. That's normally how it happens. Every now and then it could be the boyfriend, but not that much times it's the boyfriend. Okay. I've seen it happen where it was the boyfriend, but the boyfriends are often too scared to go to the school. Because you guys know, man, teachers and authority figures scare young people. Young people are scared of authority figures. So it's rare that a 18-year-old boy or an 18-year-old man is going to go to the principal of the high school he graduated from. He's not going to do no shit like that. He ain't doing no shit like that. He might tell his mom, and that mom might go up to the school. Normally, you're going to have adults go up to the school. Kids don't walk into the office that they graduated. Let me talk to the principal. All right. Never rarely going to happen because those people still scare you. You know, they only scare you until you become a teacher or a principal. All right. Kids don't going to walk up into a goddamn principal's office. All right. And I just know that. All right. Anyway. And it says right here, it's unclear who tipped them off. The high school graduate reportedly told investigators that she and Pester engaged in sexual relationships several times in July and August. Pester was taken into custody 3 days later. He was released on a $10,000 bond, and after it was dropped from $100K, he was removed from the classroom and from his coaching position at the school. The school district released a letter to the parents in light of the event. All right. And there's the guy right there. There's the alleged guy. We don't have the so-called victim in this case, but this is the teacher / coach. He definitely looks like a wrestling coach. Definitely looks like a wrestling coach. Dressed like a wrestling coach. And it says Pester has been charged with sexual abuse by a school official, an accusation that carries a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. Yeah. Be careful, man. Be careful, man. You got to know your laws. And I'm probably sure he didn't know that this was a law. Like, he didn't know. He probably knew of a law close to this. This is called position of authority law. All right. Position of authority means that, let's say, for instance, you live in a state where the age of consent is 16. And it would be fair, technically, if you were in a state that didn't have Romeo and Juliet, and they said the woman's 16, she can consent, and you're a 26-year-old guy and you meet her at Burger King, that would be fair according to the law. But it's not fair if you're a teacher or a coach. You can't go, well, the age of consent is 16 in Texas or wherever, what state, Mississippi. But you're a teacher, it doesn't account. It doesn't apply. You still have to wait until the person reaches the age of majority, which would be out of your authority position. All right, anyway, I'm pretty sure he didn't know that, and he thought he was fair. Hey, I waited. She's 18 and she's not a student here anymore. It's the day after graduation. Going to jail. Okay. If you're a female teacher, you're getting probation. All right, anyway, we got the main event coming up. I want to catch up. Let me jump into the main event. Let's do it right now, and then we'll do the rest of the super chats. Thank you for being patient with me. We got the show going on. Okay, we got it. Main event topic here. You see it on the screen. You see it on the thumbnail. GloRilla apparently not helping her family members boss up. Do you owe your parents after you get rich or you get a stable income? We had a poll up, and it was somewhere around 67% to 33%. 67% of people saying, no, you don't owe your parents after you become rich, wealthy, or have a stable income. Now, that doesn't mean to say that you can't do anything for your parents. Like, that's where people wanted to wriggle out of it. Well, I would do this, and I would take care of my mom. We don't know. We're not saying if you should. We're saying, do you owe them? Is it by law? We're not going to hear about culture in India. We don't give a fuck about what they do in India. Okay. We're asking, is it a certainty that once you make it, you must take care of your parents? You must take care of your parents. You must buy your mama a home and a car once you become successful. Now, you guys know my parenting situation here. If my son or daughter popped off, they don't owe me shit. Now, if I'm broke and I ask them for money, I don't think they owe me any. I don't think they have to give me any money. Now, if they want to feel like they should take care of me in my twilight years and put me up, or maybe get me out of a situation that's tough financially, if they choose to do so, fine. But if I came to them and said, hey, now that you got stable and now that you've done better in life, you've done better than life in me, or I had a downturn economically, you owe it to me to take care of me. I don't think it's true. They don't owe you to take care of you. Okay. But some parents will use that against you. Well, I'm your mama. What you going to do? Kick me to the streets? If I decide to kick your ass to the streets, you're going to the fucking streets. I'm tired of you. You guys have worn out your welcome. It's over. I don't owe you anything past what I've given you. And I really didn't even owe you that. I was doing that as a favor, but now you've taken advantage of me. So parents are not perfect. They could be piece of shits to you in your life as you are navigating your way up. Now, someone said, if you didn't help me get there and I had to overcome what you did, the choices you made to become what I've become, I really don't owe you anything. So if you were a crackhead, a dope fiend, and you didn't give me opportunities, you didn't give me leverage, you didn't support me in the thing that I chose to make myself wealthy or stable, I definitely don't owe you. So you don't have any obligation, especially if they were working against you or they didn't give you opportunities to become that. Now, if they took you to swimming practice all your life and you became a swimming Olympic star, well, then you can say, hey, if it wasn't for you to taking me to 5 a.m. swimming practices, okay, I wouldn't have become what I became. So I feel like I owe you a debt of gratitude. In essence, I still don't think they owe the mom or the parents. What I think that person is doing is saying, because of you, because of what you did, the sacrifice you made, this is what you are owed. All right. Or this is what I feel I owe back to you. Those are two different things. You don't owe the parent, but certainly you're willing to give them support. In my case, for me, I say, well, I might not give my parents or my kids access to what I've earned today, but I can employ them to the point where they can give back to me, and it's reciprocity. So I can employ them. I can find ways for them to continue to help me, but I don't owe them. Okay, so I'm not owing them, giving them money. I'm not going to give them a house. I can buy a house and have them rent it to me. Like I can rent the house out to them, but I'm not going to give my parents a house. You see the difference? So the fact is, the question is, do you owe your parents after you get rich? That is the question, not whether what you would do and what you should do and what the Bible says we could do and what culture says. Do you owe them? That means they don't have to do anything. You got rich. They didn't matter if they supported you or not. Do you owe them? Do you give them back the money? Should you give them access to the money? Do you owe them is the question. Okay. He said, yes, they raised you. Guys, that is the bottom line. That's bare minimum. They were required by law to raise. That is not what most people can't even do that. But raising you is required by law. So that is not enough. Raising me is not enough. Okay. They are obligated to raising you. They are criminally enforced to raise you. Raising you is the bare minimum. That's what they were supposed to do. They the one that got nutted in. They the one that busted the nut. Raising is bare minimum. Did they give you chances? Did they improve your situation while raising you? Now, that's not bare minimum. That's going beyond service. You were a Section 8 kid. You were a latchkey kid. Your mama dropped you off at your grandmama's house to go fucking party and sell pussy. Your dad was a Rolling Stone and saw you occasionally. They raised you. Does that require you owe them anything? No. Y'all niggas made your own Pop-Tart breakfasts. You had a key. You had a goddamn lanyard with a key around your neck. You walked to the bus stop in the snow while your mama was still snoring. You came home and made Pop-Tarts for after school snacks. You sat there and watched Scooby-Doo and Fred Flintstone all afternoon and evening. Your parents didn't check your homework. They showed up the parent-teacher conference and you got C, D's, and F's. That's not raising you. That is not raising you. Throwing you motherfucking chili dogs and corn dogs and motherfucking... That's not raising you. Freaking you Doritos and chicken nuggets. This ain't raising you. Nigga, that is below the bare minimum. That's not raising you. That's literally putting up with you. That's legally doing the bare minimum required. Letting you eat, getting you fat. You going to the corner store, eating Annihilators all day. That ain't raising you, nigga. Make these goddamn parents know that they did the goddamn bare minimum. Okay, babysitting yourself, babysitting they other badass kids from other daddies. This is not raising. This is literally doing the legally required bare minimum to get you to adulthood and kicking your ass out the house as soon as you're no longer beneficial for them, legally, financially, or anything else. Niggas ain't got no braces. Niggas didn't go to no goddamn tutoring, Kumon. They did not improve your situation. Your parents hope you didn't make the middle school basketball team because practices were at 6:30 in the morning. Oh, mama, I got cut for middle school practice. Your mama like, good. Because the last thing she want to do is get her lazy fat ass up to drop you off every day in the middle of winter in front of the gym at 6 o'clock to warm up. But she was getting that child tax credit. She was writing yourself ass off as a dependent. This is not raising you. And we have to up the standards of what parents actually do for you especially answering this question, do you owe your parents? Okay. She didn't sign you up for gymnastics, but letting you do backflips on a pissy mattress. This is not raising you. Soon as she saw you could do backflips on a pissy mattress, she should have at least took your ass to the YMCA, but she didn't, because that would require sacrifice on her side from getting fucked by a low-life loser and then applying for Section 8. That bitch will sit in the Section 8 line at the public service spot and not sit at gymnastics practice with your ass. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So raising you is not entitle you or her to be supported when you become rich. Raising you is the bare minimum. Nigga said raising. She just let your ass go to public high school and fail the fuck out. Now you working at Jiffy Lube. This is not, she ain't old shit. Mama and daddy ain't old shit if that's how they got you through childhood. All right. Now, if they took care of you, put braces on your teeth, and she went without eating lunch, she took 3 buses to work and let you drive the car when you turned 16. That is raising and sacrificing. She walked to work and took 3 buses and let you drive the car to school so you didn't look like a piece of shit and the bitches didn't make fun of you. Now that's sacrifice. That's raising. Still, she owed anything? The answer is no, nigga. But anyway. But for real, the question is not really a gray area. It's right down the middle. Do you owe your parents? It don't depend. Do you owe them after you become rich? That is the question. No ifs, ands, or buts, coulda, shouldas, or wouldas. Is do you owe them? Yes or no? Is the question. With that being said, the reason this has come up is because the rapper known as GloRilla, which is the worst nigga name in entertainment, you named yourself after a gorilla. I mean, you niggas do it to yourself sometimes, I swear to God. You named yourself after a gorilla. I mean, I can't help niggas sometimes, especially niggas in the South. Niggas in the South, dude, they the worst Sambos and Uncle Toms you ever met in your life, but they will claim everybody else is an Uncle Tom. You literally named yourself after a gorilla. And you got to carry this name around as a grown-ass woman for the next 40 years, naming yourself as a gorilla. All right, but that's... You niggas in the South are crazy racist to your own self. All right, but anyway. GloRilla, pictured on the right, you see her. This is what GloRilla would be looking like on the left if she did not become rich. Okay, she didn't become rich. She would look like this woman who is her sister, but her sister's not rich. GloRilla is rich, and that's what you look like when you have money. Good, nice lace front weave, nice makeup and hair. You can contour the nose so you can get rid of that wide nigga gorilla nose. All right, you can get straight teeth. All right, and all of that shit. But when you ain't rich, you look like that. But let's continue. Let's see what the sister had to say, calling out GloRilla.
Y'all, man, I'm talking about y'all favorite rapper. Y'all favorite rapper ain't shit, and I'm getting tired of it. Y'all mad. Fuck. Y'all talking about some she ain't obligated. How the fuck she ain't obligated when she want to sit here and all them interviews and talk about the struggles we've been through and then reach back and help none of us out. But got her friends around and shit. And my mama still working at FedEx. Y'all better get the fuck out of my face. Y'all, man, I'm talking about y'all favorite rapper. Y'all favorite rapper.
I did not understand anything she said.
What that mean?
I'm going to need some captions for this nigga speak. All right. I'm going to need some captions for this nigga speak.
What that mean?
All right. I'm going to have to slow this down. All right. Where is this GloRilla from? Is she from Memphis? I think she is. What are you talking about? This woman acting like her whole jaw is frozen. All right. So we'll slow it down for the white people here. White people, stay tuned. All right. I got a decently sized white audience here. All right. And they heard nothing. All right. It was just nigga gibberish. So we'll go back, see what she's talking about. All right. Let me do the closed captions. Closed captions are on. Okay, there's the closed captions right there. White people, there's the closed captions. Let's follow along. We'll do it slowly. Y'all mad? I'm talking about y'all favorite rapper.
Y'all mad? I'm talking about y'all favorite rapper.
All right, I got that.
Y'all favorite rapper ain't shit.
Your favorite rapper ain't she.
And I'm getting tired of it.
I'm getting tired of it.
Y'all made fuck.
Y'all made fuck. Maybe y'all mad. Y'all made fuck. Okay, I don't know what that means.
Fuck. Y'all talking about some she ain't obligated.
All right, y'all talking about she ain't obligated. She's not speaking in complete sentences, just so you guys know. She's speaking very fractured, all right? So we kind of have to interpret what she's saying with incomplete sentences. It's definitely incoherent to white people and Andrew Wilson, all right? It's definitely incoherent. How the fuck she ain't obligated? Hold on for a second. Let me go back. Y'all talking about something she ain't obligated, all right? Which I think what she means to say is, because she's emotionally trying to get out what she wants to say in a short amount of time. I can understand her. She doesn't have a live stream to talk about it. But she's saying you're talking about she's not obligated to take care of her family and parents. All right. So she's just speaking very fractured here. And maybe she's continuing the conversation from another post. Y'all talking about something she ain't obligated. Then she goes on to say,
how the fuck she ain't obligated?
How the fuck she ain't obligated when she want to sit here? And if you don't know anything about black people, everything is sitting here. All right. You're going to sit up here and say, all right, you sitting up here looking like, all right, she going to sit up here and do, all right. Everything is sitting here and doing. In fact, anything niggas do, they're always sitting. All right. Playing dominoes, spades, talking on the stoop. Any nigga entertainment requires sitting. All right. They are never doing anything standing, running, no jet skis and shit, especially when they're together. They're always sitting doing it. They don't go ride dirt bikes in the dunes. They're never getting up, standing up, fishing. It's sitting. And so what niggas always say is sit up here. You're going to sit here and say, you're going to sit up here. And I know you ain't going to sit here in my face. Anytime niggas get together, they're sitting. They're going to be sitting around playing the dozens, sitting around talking shit, sitting up here gossiping. All right. Anything you do standing, they're going to say is white people stuff. All right. You're out here doing all this white people things. That means you're not sitting down doing it. You're actually up doing it and up checking in the airline and. All right. So anyway, just so you guys are, I'm just trying to explain what she's saying there, because that's what she's saying there right there. She says, how the fuck she ain't obligated when she want to sit here. And as you can see, GloRilla is sitting. All right. So anyway.
When she want to sit here and all them interviews and talk about the struggles we've been through.
All right. So she said, okay, I get what she's saying. She wants to sit up here and talk about the struggles we went through, okay, on Section 8 housing, struggles that the parents went through. She wants to sit up here and talk about the backstory of when they were in the mud during the interviews and all this stuff, but
and then reach back and help none of us out.
And then don't reach back and help none of us out. Reach back, all right? It always requires someone to reach back, all right? I got to give back. I got to go back to the hood. I got to reach back to the people here to help them out. And he said none of us. So it doesn't, she's not talking about just the parents right now. She's saying none of us. And as far as I know, based on my research, is that there are 10 siblings total. Again, choices. Her poor ass parents chose to have 10 kids. Now, I don't know if all the parents, the kids belong to both parents. There could be multiple parents involved in this, which is typical of inner city Negroes. There's multiple parents. There's some parents that have kids that aren't responsible at all. Nobody's talking about them. And then although they're half brother shit, half brother, different last names, you will find that when there's 10 kids, there's almost rarely ever that both parents had all 10 kids. All right. So there's probably other parents involved. Okay. And so they're not going to reach back and help none of us. Now she's going to then throw the parents in there. You can tell she's struggling, but now she's going to throw the parents in there to get extra sympathy. Here we go.
We got her friends riding the shit. And my mama still working at FedEx job.
All right, there it is right there. Hold on for a second. Did she say friends? Oh, but she got her friends riding this shit. Okay, so her friends get to go along, but her parents and family don't get to go along. So her friends with the weaves, who all in the video, get to go along. I think she's not understanding is that more than often, a lot of these other friends are other rappers that more than likely most rappers, if they smart with their rap money, they actually have other rappers in their crew that they're going to make money on. Okay. That's if a rapper's smart. All right. We've seen people do this. Ice Cube with the Lynch Mob, Wu-Tang, 50 Cent with the G Unit, going all the way back to Eric Sermon and EPMD, going down with the Def Squad and the Hit Squad. Most of the time, these men are not just friends. They are serving a role of helping their roadies and bag managers and all these things. They have a role. So yeah, Eminem and D12. So these are people who they're probably planning business-wise to make money off of. Their background people, they are friends, but they're also artists, right? And they're gonna make more music, and they're gonna extend the family branch of the MC, which is what GloRilla probably is going to do with these so-called friends but these friends are not just doing nothing. At least at the very least, they're carrying bags. At the very least, they're ordering pizzas at the fucking hotel. At the very least, they're doing security. At the very least, they're taking gun charges for the rapper. You know what I mean? At the very least, they're doing something where family members will come and tag along and do nothing. As soon as you ask them to do something, they'll be like, I ain't got to do all that type shit. We see this with Anthony Edwards. He employs his brothers. His brothers are his handlers. They pack his luggage. They make all his travel arrangements. They fly in the bitches. They kick the bitches out. All right. So Anthony Edwards' brothers actually do work for him, and they plan his life. They actually protect him to a certain extent, where those family members do work. But a lot of times the family members don't think they have to do work. They just have to ride along, and they think the friends are just riding along, which I don't think that's the case with GloRilla. I don't think that's the case. I think these are possibly people who are going to be on a record label later on, putting out hits, or at least doing some work for it. A little bit of work, not a lot of work, but they're doing a little bit of work. The family doesn't understand that. All right, so let me get here and continue what this gibberish is saying. Yeah, one may be the ghostwriter. Yes. So one person might be the person that actually writes the rhymes that GloRilla speaks. All right. And every MC has one of those. Every MC has the ghostwriter. All right. They got the Royce the 5'9". They got the ghostwriter that is going to sue you like Fat Joe. So the person actually writing all the rhymes for them to get to the studio and drop on the beat, that ghostwriter is one of the friends going with them. And that person is getting all of the aspects of the career of GloRilla, because the ghostwriter is literally the number one reason why they're there. So they get to go on all the trips and vacation. They get to fuck all the hoes. They get to do everything that the MC does, because they're writing all the rhymes. They're writing all the Drake's lyrics. So they definitely, and they're behind the scenes. They're not getting the credit. So, but they get to go on the trips. Are you writing any rhymes? The family member ain't writing no rhymes. Okay. The family member ain't writing no rhymes. So let's continue here. What this woman's talking about.
And my mom is still working at FedEx. Y'all better get the fuck out of my face.
All right. So now the mom is still working at FedEx. Okay. So that's where she's saying the mom's still working at FedEx. Now, sometimes the mom prefers. There are some women and moms that don't want to give up their day job, no matter how famous the kid gets. There's some people that have shared that. My mom is still working her job. I make millions of dollars. She don't quit her job. All right. She wants to work at her job. But now she's saying her mom works at FedEx and claiming that GloRilla should pay her way out so she doesn't have to work at FedEx. Okay. I don't know about this. This sounds like jealousy. This sounds like hate, because if this sister probably was riding for Glo when Glo was selling tickets to do her little raps at the local watering hole in Memphis, did the sister help her sell tickets? Did the sister help push her career forward? The sister might have been behind the scenes hating. Might have been. I'm just assuming because you ain't with GloRilla, are you? Right? You ain't eating. So this is nothing but, to me, crab in a bucket syndrome. She's also using them. I didn't hear the mom speak up about this. We're hearing the sister speak up about this. The sister also saw somebody saying the dad needed an extra $1,000 and GloRilla didn't pay her or pay the father. Okay, the gorilla said that's your bad. Who do you think is right in the situation here? She's saying that GloRilla owes it to her parents and owes it to the family members now that she's rich. Okay, I did want to look up how much net worth GloRilla is on the internet, GloRilla's net worth. A lot of people think a lot of entertainers, rappers' net worth is higher than it actually is. And that's mainly because, number one, a lot of people brag about their riches. But many entertainers don't make money until year 3, 4, and 5, album number 3. That's when they start making a lot of money because they're compounding residuals. Okay, you're compounding residuals. Now you start appearing in movies and TV roles. So the money comes in slow initially. Then when it comes in a year or two after the initial projects. And after they start, for recouping expenses and 50-50 deals, and now you start making a little bit of money from one residual project. But then when you put out album number 2 and 3, and then you've made a name for yourself and you didn't flop, album 3, now you have a back catalog to sell. Now you're making triple the sales because people want to, I know GloRilla's third album. Now you go to get album number 2 and 3, 1 and 2, and now you're making a lot of money. All right. Residuals from the TV show starts coming in. Residuals from the movie starts coming in. Now all of the concerts and shows start to happen. You start to sell out bigger places and arenas instead of nightclubs and drays where niggas don't pay. Yeah. People start sampling your music. You start wanting to appear on other people's songs and this type of thing. Now you're rolling in the dough. And also what happens is the things that you wanted to buy, you already bought. All right. She already bought 3 Mercedes C-classes. She already bought a house. So the first level of accumulation has already happened. So now you're not accumulating anymore. You're not accumulating. So now when the money starts rolling in, it doesn't go out the window on a Mercedes C-class or a Maybach or a house down payment. You already got that. So any money that comes in, it doesn't go out as fast on down payments for this and payments for that. It now is just compounding. And that's where people start getting really rich. It takes a while. It takes a while. And that's when people start telling you need to get back. Right at that point, right after you reach the accumulation, right after you put in the work to triple compound all of your stuff, then that's when the haters really come out. I noticed that even in my career path. They start waiting until they see you accumulate. Then they think you got all this money. Now they need to go back. Oh, you need to give it back. And you went too far. You went on too many vacations. Now they want to count. But what they don't count is how many late night flights, how many times she jumped on the stage, how many times she had to make an appearance, how many free appearances she made, how much she entertained your ass for free, how much time she spent in the studio, how many times she had to rehearse her lyrics, how many times she had to take 5, take 10, how many times she had to sit up in that studio 2, 3, 4 in the morning when she wanted to go to sleep, how many tour buses you took from Louisiana all the way to goddamn Gulfport, Mississippi. Okay. They don't want to count that. They just want to count the results and the outcome. They don't want to count that. What was that famous quote somebody just said? Okay. The quote was, nobody celebrates your discipline until they need to borrow from your success. That's what they counted. They don't count how many record executives had to finger her in order for her to get to that position. How many times she had to suck a producer's dick to get a good beat. I'm not saying she did that, but we know that happens. Women have reported that. How many dicks she had to suck to get the best beats. Net worth estimated between 3 to 5 million, according to the according to the information here. Oh, you want to get to my spot? You're gonna have to suck a whole lot of dick. Because she had to suck a lot of dick. to get to where she is. Now y'all don't want to suck dick. Now she don't gotta suck dick. She got $3 to $5 million. But you gonna have to suck some dick, all right? See, that's what people don't want to do. They want to then come out and say, you got this and you did that. Same as me. Man, you didn't want to come up here for 8 years and do 2 shows a night, 5 hours the morning show, 3 hours the evening show. Like you could do that. Like you niggas could talk for 8 hours straight. I did for 5 years straight. But then when I show up with a Versace shirt, oh, nigga, he did too much. He doing too much. Like I didn't earn it, nigga. And like you didn't sit there and watch. See, that's what people don't want to do. They don't want to count the discipline. They want to just borrow from the results. And unfortunately, parents are in this situation too. I think it's egregious for her to cape for the parents or use the parents as a shield to say that the parents deserve more from GloRilla, when in fact, they probably don't, okay? They probably don't. They probably don't deserve it. GloRilla probably knows that. That's why she's making that decision. Unfortunately, how politics on the plantation works is that you're supposed to help everybody, even if they didn't help you. All right. Just because of proximity, relationship, and likeness. Nah, just because you are related to me doesn't mean shit. Just because you look like me doesn't mean shit. Just because you had a previous relationship with me doesn't mean shit. Like my ex-wife would be like that. Okay, let's put it like this. Is my ex-wife entitled to any of my money going forward right now? Legally, she's not. But she's the mother of my kids. Is she entitled to any money going forward that I make from this day going forward? Legally, no. But some dumbass is going to say, well, that's the mother of your kids. You don't want to see your mother of your kids struggling. She can motherfucking die slow as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a fuck. All right. Nigga, if she was over there and her car was on fire, I wouldn't even stop to piss the shit off. So she's not legally or morally or relationship inclined to get anything from me because I had a previous relationship with her. That's the same as the parents. I was born from you. You raised me to a certain extent. That extent ended. You're not entitled to anything. I don't owe you anything past that point. Alimony time ended. The window ended. All right. So somebody said alimony. Alimony window ended because we were married less than 10 years. That means she was only entitled to 4.5 years of alimony after the divorce. After that point, legally, she's not required to any money. Then once the kids turn the age of majority, 18, she's not required to access any of my money after that point. So the relationship was previous. The relationship legally does not entitle or require her, or I don't owe her any money after the fact. Same as parents. Parents are the exact same thing. You can give them, you can do whatever you want. You can employ them, you can support them. If you love them, you can do whatever. You not owing anything to them. You owe nothing to them. That doesn't mean you shouldn't or couldn't, but you owe them nothing. And I believe that. The only people you owe are the people you're responsible for bringing into the world. Okay? The only people you owe are the people you bring into the world. You owe them forever to the end of time. Because you and your actions brought them in. They didn't decide to come. My actions brought them in. You owe them forever. So if they down bad, whatever it is you need to do to get them up and prop them up, as long as they're following what you supposed to do, fine. If they're working against you, like Dr. Dre, Jackie Chan's kids, if they're working against you, you don't owe them anything. So just because your kid's down bad doesn't mean that you owe them. If they're working against you, if they're your ops, then you don't owe them shit. You can tell them to kick fucking rocks and you don't put them in the wheel and say, go. It is what it is. But owe needs to be understood. Nobody is owed anything. Nobody is owed anything based on relationship. Okay. He said, do a poll. I did the poll, and 70% said no. The parents are owed nothing. The parents are owed nothing. 70% already did the poll. Now, because you're late for the show, doesn't mean I need to do anything for your goofy ass. Again, your emergency doesn't require me to immediately drop what I'm doing to give you action. You were late to the fucking show. This is, again, white people have omen and entitlement. The show started 3 hours ago. I put the poll up at the 3 hour mark. Now you want me to do a poll. You're fucking bad. You should have been here at the beginning of the show. I don't owe you anything for putting up a poll now because you were late to the class. You see what entitlement does to people? Entitlement makes people believe you owe them something. Parents, you owe me. I don't owe you shit. Kids, you owe me. You working against me. You didn't do anything that I told you to do. I don't owe you shit. People are taking this wrong. They're thinking that you're supposed to take care of your parents because your mom shoved you out of her pussy. That's false. Well, the Bible says that's false. Honor your parents. That don't mean owe them when you get rich. Culture, my culture, your culture is full of poverty. If your culture is full of poverty, how the fuck you owe somebody that has an impoverished mindset that fucked your life over, double fucked you, and you overcame it? You overcame a poverty mindset. Your parents didn't help you one goddamn bit, buried you into the culture of poverty, and you managed to overcome it, and you think the Bible tells you to owe your parents something? Are you fucking kidding me? Owe doesn't mean honor. Owe means I have to give it to you. I don't have to give you shit. People are taking this wrong. Look at what it says. Do you owe? Not honor. Must you? No, you must not. All right. No, you mustn't. Could you? Yes. Should you? Maybe. But I don't owe you shit. You owe your parents nothing. You owe your parents nothing. And that's the bottom motherfucking line. Let's get to the goddamn super chats. All right. You niggas are always trying to not, dude, y'all need to become more black and white. Because y'all niggas will lay in the gray area. And you know why I don't like people who lay in the gray area? People who lie in gray areas fuck up the world for everybody else. You know why? Because they will find an excuse to do shit and make you do it and make you feel bad for not doing some shit because they spineless pieces of shit human beings. Nigga, stand on something. Stand on something. People who make gray areas fuck up the world for everybody else, and it leads to confusion. Just because you'll do it don't mean I gotta do it. Well, just because the Bible said this don't mean I gotta do it. Stand on something, nigga. Snakes lie in the gray area, and then they guilt you for doing some shit that they did because they spineless. Just because you spineless and you can't slap your mama and grandmama like the Three Stooges don't mean I gotta do it. Bitch nigga, because you a bitch nigga and you spineless and you still scared of your mama don't mean I gotta do it. Bitch nigga, stand on something. Black and motherfucking white. When I was in Japan, this is what happened. I'm gonna tell you how Japan works. This isn't all Japan. Japan is fucking quiet. All right. Bus stations, bus terminals, airports, nobody's talking. When you get to a stoplight in Japan, what do people do? In Japan, and we're talking about millions of people on the street. Millions of people are on the street. In Japan, when the stoplight is like this, when it's the hand, when they tell you don't cross, nobody fucking crosses. They stand on the sidewalk. Nobody stands 2 feet in the street. Nobody halfway going. Nobody jaywalking. Nobody like, okay, no cars are coming. I can just go. They all stand on the sidewalk until it turns green. Until the Americans show up. Here come the niggas. Here come the entitled white people. They start being like, okay, the light's about to change. And they run across the street. They break the fucking law and the order. And they do it because they can. Now, this alone fucks up order in society. Because once you break this little rule, well, we can break this little rule, and we can break this little rule, and we can break. Now you start being in the gray area. Well, no cars were coming. I harmed nobody. What's the problem? You lack discipline. You lack obedience. You lack order. Black or white. The light's green, go. The light's red, stop. That's what brings order and disobedience and discipline. Then when you start bending this rule, you bend that rule and bend that rule. Then you force other people to do it and you make them feel bad for not bending the rule. That's what we have in America. We have a rule, bend it. And then when it further is bent out of shape, then people want to correct it. Too late. Too late. It's over. You already fucked it up by bending it the first time. Right here. No respect, no order, no discipline, no obedience. And then you wonder why society over time becomes undisciplined and disordered and disobedient. Because nobody wants to stand on the square and do black versus white, red versus green. You want to bend the rule here and there, and then you want everybody else to follow you bending the rule until it's bent all out of shape, and then you want to correct it. Okay? Let's continue. Okay? But it is amazing to see that kind of chaos. And dude, the Japanese people are not jaywalking. They're not just running across the light. They will stand on that fucking sidewalk till the light turns green. And it's one of those things that when you start doing it, you're like, oh shit, I better do it. Ain't no jaywalk. But when I went to Rochester, New York, niggas was walking down the middle of the street. Chaotic. And then you wonder why the community never gets good, because chaos. You already have chaos ensuing. You already have disorder. So you're never going to have order as long as you allow a little bit of disorder, a little bit of chaos. I'm in Rochester, New York. Niggas was walking down the middle of the street, like go around me type shit. All right. And it's like, whoa, you're never going to have order if you just allow just a little bit of disorder and disobedience and lack of respect. It's black or white. And what I find is lazy people don't want order. They want chaos, but they want chaos as long as it benefits them. When it doesn't benefit them, they want order. You're never going to have order and chaos simultaneously. Okay. All right. That's the liberal agenda. Liberals want chaos, and then they want order when they want order. They want chaos when they want chaos. All right. So the liberals are never going to get what they want. Preston says niggas stay delegating someone else's money. Facts. Niggas stay delegating other people's money. They love that. Eric Scott Sermon in the building. Shout out to RW, says, men, listen to this man. Shout out to you. Shout out to our brother H every day, says, at the very least, they taking gun charges for sure. Yep. So the friends are there to take gun charges for the rapper. They're not just there for a free lunch. Ask the baby. Ask the baby. All right. Yeah, man. Take these gun charges for me. Go ahead and serve that bid, and I'm going to bail you out, and we're going to throw a party when you get back. All right. We got our brother here. Let me see if I can get all of these. Also amazing says, salute the CGA. I'm still trying to think of ways a woman can make my life easier. I'm still stumped. Even more of a reason to stay a free agent. Yeah. Ash Shine Burrow. Ash Shine and Puff. Take them gun charges. And he was a rapper. And he wasn't just a friend hanging on. But no, women don't make your life easier. They complicate your life. Johnny, Las Vegas, legendary stream today. You're 100% on the money when you say men are the new women. Perfect example. Simp Deontay Wilder crashing out on the British journalist. Claimed white privilege and complained about blacks being treated unfairly, despite making over $100 million in his career, to throw a wild right punch. Right? You made $100 million throwing a wild right. I mean, come on. And no left. All right. And getting knocked out by a large white man. All right. A couple times. I mean, yeah, you made it, bro. MC Hamster, your Ling Ling popped into the frame yesterday, and then you were smacking on screen all show. She making you bacon in the morning too? Should we be worried about you? No, I'll never be worried about me. Her time's up soon. Smartwater says, Coach is preaching the truth and leaving your feelings out of dealing with these women. Focus on your health and wealth and boss up. Feelings don't belong with women. Women should be more in love with you than you're in love with them. Now, women will say it differently because that would benefit them. Women should be more in love with you than you are in love with them. All right. I contract all my women. All right. All women are a business deal to me. They're a business deal. And then we have a begin date and an end date. And then we have rules and begin and the end. Like I had the previous link that I had here. We had an agreement. She violated the agreement at the end. That means she lost everything. No emotions were felt. I basically said, well, I'm going to treat it as such. So she was not able to benefit after that. She violated the terms of the deal. That's what it is. All right. And you guys have to do this at the beginning. I'm telling you, you guys have to do this at the beginning because it's going to show their true colors. It's going to show their true colors, guys. It's going to reveal whether they down for you or not, whether they want to follow your rules or not, whether they think they have more options than you than not. I'm telling you, man, if I would have known this before, I would be not in the situation. I probably wouldn't even be CGA. But at that point, you stop investing. You stop investing what? Money, energy, and time and attention. You stop investing all of it. You're like, okay, this contract is over. You're obviously not going to follow the agreement. It's over. Yep, contract's voided. So, and if you missed the story, she tried to uphold the contract after the fact. You guys missed the story on Locals. So what she did was she tried to use emotion to keep the contract. She tried to use an emotional argument to keep me from voiding the contract. So she didn't follow the rule. I voided the contract. She came back days later because she couldn't take advantage of the said contract. And she tried to come back and say, hey, I thought we had an agreement. No take backsies. But she's like, I thought you would just show some human, she said, I think, what did she say? I thought you would show some human kindness. I thought you would be more human than this. No, bitch, we had an agreement. You violated the agreement. I voided the contract. Now she wants to keep the terms of the contract after voiding said contract. Why? Because she wants me to be nice. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Show some humanity and empathy. We had a deal. You didn't follow said deal. You are fired. That's how I deal with all of them. If they follow the deal, they get richly rewarded. All right. You followed the deal. We agreed upon. Everything worked out. Here's your reward. It's that simple, guys. Once the term is ended, I always tell them our agreement was just during this term. That's what I say. This is during this term. You go back home, you can do whatever you want. We're no longer in agreement. We don't have a deal. If we renegotiate and come back and make another deal, we make another deal. But what you will find is that these women ain't down for you. Once you start putting them under these obligations, you're going to see that they shit test you and they try to test your limits and they try to break the rules and they try to bend the rules here. They try to work in the gray areas and then you end up trying to negotiate it after the fact. And then you start arguing, emotions to try to keep the shit back on. Nah, bro. Nope. All right. We shook on it. We agreed on this. You reneged. You lose. You violated the contract. Simple. Women don't follow contracts, man. It's hard for them to follow it because they want to play the emotional game and then play, well, I thought this was and I thought you thought like lick. You thought he farted, but he shitted. All right. That's what it was. It was not a fart. It was a shit. It was a shart. Okay. So sometimes you make a mistake and you think it's a fart, but you squirt. That's what happened. You shitted. All right. Next time, go to the toilet when you got a fart like that. All right. Anyway. And women will shart the entire contract. They will shart the entire relationship. And then when they shit on themselves, they want you to come clean it up. Nah, bitch, you shitted on yourself. I don't want you. I also have another thing that I have on the deal. Well, you guys want to know what it is? Press 1 in the chat if you want to know what it is. I have a part of the deal that I'll tell you if you press 1. This is part of the negotiation. Okay. This is part of the negotiation. And all must do it. Right here. All must do it. As a matter of fact, I know you want to know what it is. I'll tell you on Locals this Sunday. CoachGregAdams.locals.com. I'll tell you on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. I cannot tell you this one on live internet because y'all niggas cannot handle it. Okay? Y'all cannot handle this. Go to CoachGregAdams.locals.com. Get this piece of information. The Locals audience is going to get it. You can make a free account. Go to locals.com. I'm going to tell you on Sunday that all of my women are required to do this one thing. All right. And it's one thing must happen. It's part of the deal right up front. If you don't join Locals and you too, it is what it is. Shout out to our brother Trayvon says, how do you properly reach out to men to do business with them, especially if it's a band you rock with? For example, I run a production business and I met the owner of a car company, but it's hard to showcase the value I could bring to him. One thing that you have to understand is a lot of times, a lot of salespeople want to make the sale and produce the value in one time. I'm going to tell you, as a person that gets a lot of business opportunities and people emailing me and calling me, one thing people don't really know is that you have to give value, a lot of value, to sell them the little bit of value that you bring. It's the giver's gain philosophy. So hiding behind, I got something to sell you, just believe in me, buy, doesn't work with people that get 100 offers a day. So take me out to drink, take me out to dinner, rub elbows with me, show me around town, fly me in, deposit some shit on my goddamn bank account. I get 10 offers a day. I get 3 business call opportunities a day. I get niggas telling me how they can help me and do this and do that and show me nothing. You showing me nothing. You just talking. You ain't showing me no examples, no history of you doing this, nothing. I can bring value. Show me, tell me. Hey man, let me meet you for a drink. Let's take you to the cigar lounge. Let's take you to a cigar lounge. Here's some bitches. Here's some bitches. I got a bitch for you lined up. All right. Take her in the back. Fuck her real quick. All right. She good. All right. That's my girlfriend. She fucked and sucked you good. Good. Let's have a conversation. Okay. I'm all ears, nigga. All ears. You got my attention. What did they used to do in college basketball recruiting? You seen that movie with the one nigga, Ray Allen? Okay. What did the coach say? We can make you a star. We can give you freshman time, playing time as a freshman. No, he brought them bitches, white bitches. Here, 2 white bitches. Here go 2 white bitches, naked. You want to come to school? Okay, yes, I'm all ears, nigga. Okay, I'm going to school. I'm committing to Louisville. They didn't tell him we're the best school and we're going to give you playing time. We're going to win the NCAA championship. He brought them to school. They brought him drugs, weed, and white bitches. Now I'm going to the school. Sales 101. So when you're thinking about sales, it's about the art of networking, not about what value you can bring to me. Can you stop me from doing what I was doing? I'm going to do something else today. Okay, but I want you to come here today. Here comes some cigars. Here comes some wild motherfucking bitches. Here comes some we got more old fashions on deck. We got dinner, appetizers. Okay. All right, cool. All right, now we talking, nigga. We rubbing elbows. We sharing a beer. I'm all ears. I tell this to women all the time. You want a man to listen to you? Make him a sandwich. Make him a sandwich. Bitch, I shouldn't have to make him a sandwich. I'm not a maid. Okay, if you make me a sandwich, you at least got 20 minutes of my attention because I'm going to just be and you can tell a nigga, I want this, I want that, I want some Louboutin heels, I want to go here, I want to go here. I'm going to sit there and eat the goddamn sandwich. I'm going to eat the sandwich. There's 100% chance I'm going to sit down and eat the sandwich. No sandwich in front of me and my stomach drawling and bitch you out here begging. I'm not going to hear nothing. You're going to sound like Charlie Brown. I want this and I want that and I want to go here. I want to go there. Okay, yeah, bitch, yeah. But my stomach growling, bitch, and you hungry and I'm hungry. So what we doing? Okay. And you up here asking me for food and motherfucking Louboutin heels? This ain't gonna work. Like, this is not a good situation. I don't see the value in this. Networking 101. And men and women are literally in the game to improve themselves on your end, but not improve you. Improve my situation, nigga, first. And then we could talk about your sales. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to make a nigga a sandwich and he doesn't, nothing happens. That's called sacrifice. That's called risk. That's part of the risk. Sometimes it works. All you needed to work is 10% of the time. And you're rich. I'm giving y'all too much game. But we got all these chats, and I'm supposed to be signed off here because I got to get out of here. But Ken Rose says, regarding the coach and the 18-year-old, likely also the girl's parents, possibly the father, stumbled on some text messages and reported it. That could have been the case, too. And the parents cornered her. Justin N says, NFL cornerback and former Raider Philip Buchanan's mom handed him a $1 million bill after he was drafted. Yeah, I covered that story a while back. Thank you for bringing that up. That's an example of you don't owe them shit. Ken Rose, thumbs up. Shout out to our brother. No government name. Why men are obsessed with genetic legacy when value, work ethic, and mindset isn't genetically passed down. Is it because their egos just want to see the many versions of themselves? They do. They think that kids are obedient listeners, and they're not. Kids are not pets. They don't listen. Right? So they're not going to do what you say. They're going to follow what you do. All right. Did I hear about France abolishing conjugal rights in marriages? Nate Bitt says, send it. All right. Nicholas says, back in the day, I was dating on a dating site. I met a female from Mississippi. We talked a little while, but I gained access to her profile and she was 1,200 unread messages. I was like, what the fuck? We were then 25. I'm 43 now. Okay. So yes, 1,200 unread messages. Do all women have this on their? All women have these. Okay. In fact, if you meet a woman off a dating app, you beat a lot of dudes. Can you explain why bitches get mad when men say, I'd rather just get a maid, a chef, and a sugar baby because I don't want a woman around if she's not getting anything from it and does something or wasting my time? Okay. That goes into what we were saying there. Men get mad because they don't have the money. All right. They don't have the money. All right, same thing as if I say a woman, I said this on Twitch. I mean, on, what is it called? Threads. I said, if a woman hasn't cooked in my kitchen, she has no chance of getting a real relationship from me. Now, that doesn't mean if the woman cooks in my kitchen, she will get a real relationship. But what I was saying is, if a woman's never cooked in my kitchen, I can't take her serious. What did people say? Well, you just want a maid. You just want women to cook. First of all, maids don't cook, they clean. Dumbass. Second of all, I said in context, she needs to cook in my kitchen. If she's never made a meal in my kitchen, she'll never get a chance at a relationship. That doesn't mean she has to cook for me. I said, if she's never taken a chance to make a meal in my kitchen, never offered, never spent the night long enough, never, she just fucked and dipped, I just fucked her and she got out of there, there's never a real relationship coming. So if she's never stayed long enough or proved that she can stay long enough to cook a meal in my kitchen, and me welcome it and me entertain her that long to be able to keep up with her to cook a meal in my kitchen, that bitch don't got no chance. None. I mean, zero. She just a fuck at that point. And then she asked for a relationship after that, and she's never cooked in my kitchen? Never. I mean, that's bare minimum. Shout out to our brother P says, Coach and the Coach Gang, thank you for your condolences regarding my mother a week ago. Much love. Flew out to Norway to get my meat fixed by a tall, long-haired, blonde, Nordic Amazon free agent lifestyle for life. Shout out to you. Love those long blonde Nordic Amazon. Dennis S says, I hit you up a couple of months back saying I put in over 40 hours of overtime in a pay period at my day job. They now reduced it to 10 hours a week and no working weekends. The hate is real. Time to focus on other projects. The rug pull. Daniel J says buggy should be niggy. Wait a minute. Daniel J says, you need to clip that buggy Pied Piper section. Not sure what that means. And no government name. Do you believe that men really have friends or just associates with other men for the same reasons that women like successful men? It seems that to be all business at the end of the day. Men have no true allies. You guys, listen, yes. You guys have no friends. There's no such thing as friends. You guys have colleagues, associates. You have men, women that associate with you because of who you are, meaning you're a boss, you're a money boss player. You're, if you're a manager or a boss, you don't have friends. Certainly not at work. You have people that are kissing your ass and brown nosing you. You don't have friends. Okay, these people are trying to get to a position. They're trying to use you. Maybe if I could be the boss as the manager friend, the top nigga at, maybe I can get a promotion. These people are all usury. It's all usury. You only really possibly on earth can have two friends. That's why women that say they have a male friend is bullshit. It's bullshit. You don't got no male friend. You got a nigga that's either used you or gonna want to use you. That's it. All right, that ain't no friend, nigga. All right, man, we got a whole bunch of other people here. Shout out to Hustle Every Day. Carville is an old Cajun, and yes, they talk like this. Louisiana politics should be studied right along with the niggy mindset. See how they still talk about black votes, but no incentive for your votes. Indeed. And he says, and yes, I had a mentor and his frat bros explained to me at 20 why I need to go through the course system now so I can be where I'm at today. He said that loss needed to happen because I was hard-headed. Most men are. And he says a Pookie's time gets wasted and a square money gets wasted. The boss's money and time gets invested and are prepared to take a loss with strategy. Which you're saying, which most people don't want to do. In order to be a billionaire, you have to be willing to lose millions. There's a phrase that said that. Or you have to commit a crime. In order to be a millionaire, you have to be willing to lose millions. In order to be a millionaire, you have to be willing to lose thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. On your way to being a millionaire, you will lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. In order to be a billionaire, you will lose millions of dollars on your path to being a millionaire. You will never just go to millionaire and never lose money, which means in effect, most people don't got the stomach. In order to get to 100 grand, you're going to have to lose 10 grand. Like you're going to have to lose money, but people want to do things and not lose money and not lose time. You're going to lose both with strategy and calculated risk. Okay. So people want to just breeze to money and get to money and not lose and hoard and keep all the loser shit you had on the way to being a winner. Nah, you got to drop loser shit. You got to be willing to lose $10 and never walk back to pick it up because there's $50 ahead. Okay, I could go back and get that $10, but by the time I go back and get the $10, I'm going to miss the $50 ahead. Lose the $10. Lose that bitch, loser ass woman. Lose that loser ass nigga. All right, there's more ahead. Okay, the next one's up. All right, Kevin Sullivan, Abundance Mindset. Kevin Sullivan says, sending my tuition to the best entertainment on YouTube. Appreciate you, coach. Shout out to you. Sorry, I'm speeding through these because I'm late to the game. I'm already supposed to be picking up my motorcycle right now. Okay. But a lot of people are trying to hold on to people and things that don't serve them anymore. And they're losing out on opportunities ahead. Man, fuck everybody, bro. I'm telling you, likeness, relationship, fuck everybody. Proximity. Most people aren't serving you. Okay. And most people, when you say they tricked, most of the time they made that money back already. The money that they spent on a woman, and I see this in Las Vegas all the time. Sometimes a nigga gets robbed and trick rolled. But the money that they spend on women in Vegas, most of the time that's money they won at the tables. They still got extra money left over. They're using not money that they earned, money that they kind of risked getting gambled. So they made $70,000 on the table. They started with 10K. They made 70. They gave that bitch $500. He got still over $69,000 left in chips. Right? That was not his money. That was money he invested and he turned over and he parlayed and he won. And he got your bitch off the dance floor for $500. Right? On money he made at the table. That wasn't his money. So that's why he could do it and not feel guilty about it. He was like, that's money I won at the table. All right. Or he won on a sports bet. He won 10K at a sports bet at the sports book. Okay. Or he was in bed with her and he won money at the sports book. right? He won $2K on the 49ers. And he pounded her out. He went to the goddamn pay window, gave her 500 in chips, and he dipped. All right, easy. Shout out to Josh Finley with the flex. All right, it happens. All right, but people don't see it that way. All right, and then we got two more, man, because I got to go. All right, David Tully Blanchard says, Coach, you were spitting when you said women know when you got money or do well for yourself. He says, it's like they can smell it on you. I told the Ling Ling that, and she said yes. She was like, we know when a man's successful. You can't hide it. We know when a man got some money on him. All right. All right. Shout out to our brother here. Samuel says, last Thursday, I was laid off from my remote job. My team and I were replaced by a smaller team in AI. Help. He says, I've got to boss up this 2026. I love your show and thanks for what you do. I hope that that in the near future, I will be able to send you a sponsorship. Shout out to you, Samuel. There'll be better times ahead. Keep moving. All right. Keep moving around. Keep moving around and making it happen for you. Boss up time. It's 2026. It's time to go. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate y'all for being here. I got to get up out of here. We got a day ahead of us. Time is running out. We out of here. Peace. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Yeah. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.
Vibe blowing at the J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slay. Everything I do is got the bands jumping at the bay. Vibe blowing at my J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slay. Everything I do is got the bands jumping at the bay. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy, I'm a paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm, but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The re-up just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm troubled, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck. And they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that this shit I don't trend. On a big wave, I'm controlling the tide. Snake eyes when you rolling the dice. So with the stakes inside, I can never take another nigga advice. They can't reach the sky, I'm aiming up high. Just wanna know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like, I come from outside of this. Out the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things. Couple big change, up a state lines, doing stage dives on cam. It ain't no limit to my vision. Check the temp, I'm on fire with it. Got the bands jumping out the bag, Prosecco on ice. I'm nobody nice, go run up a check. Demand my respect, I'm doing the most. I never quit, they want me to quit. I'm good as it come, I'm good as it gets. Vibe blowing at the